your attention. I'm running out your mind. Don't know the direction to your side. Got the wrong impression. I thought that we were fine, but now it's turned to ice. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't chase. So you decide, and I'll just save my time. I guess
week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It is time for the grand finals for week number 6 in our Esports Tower Valorant Fall Rumble. Last week, we brought you the action from the semifinals, saw the Floods and Drought make their way to the finals tonight. Grand finals are the Droughts fighting to become the first team to ever win 2 Rumble championships this fall. The Floods looking to join our growing list of teams playing in their first finals and winning it in their very first try. I'm your host, Michael Fisher. Joining me to call all of the action is Brandon Red Hots Kosiancic. And Red Hots, we saw 2 kind of different ways these teams make it. The Drought is our only champion in this bracket. Absolutely dominated their way to the grand finals. Floods were a bit closer, but still got the job done. So who do you think wins tonight in our week 6 grand finals?
I think it's going to be a team that kind of adapts the most today. I know Flood last week kind of played a slow and collective style of attacking, so it kind of went on the fact that their defenses on the other teams would kind of have to almost kind of play over aggressive. They'd have to peek those corners. They do stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of either the Floods kind of adapt and they play more aggressive tonight, so they did previous weeks, or I think it's going to be maybe a Drought that kind of knows that, hey, we have to play really slow against this Flood offense to kind of get their, I guess cut it off, right? So yeah.
Here's a look at the bracket in case you're curious how we got there. Floods had to get past the Supernova and the Firestorms, who are both new rosters. Meanwhile, the Droughts only had to sneak past Monsoon's Blue and did so in commanding fashion. So they'll meet in our best of 3 grand finals. We're starting on Bind. A very interesting map. But before we do that, let's get into Doc's keys of the game in Valorant, which are focus, angles, and flank. Know your win condition, count cards, and call abilities. And of course, the easiest thing and the key to any Valorant game is to click heads. They're presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And Red Hots, the interesting thing about Bind is we saw a lot of Astras early on. I know you've been a big fan of the Rays here, but we've seen some teams get away from the Astra more and more recently on Bind in the Esports Tower.
Yeah, I think at least like previously for these last couple of weeks, it must be a comfort thing because Astra is a very hard agent to play. Also, it takes a lot more coordination on the Astra. I think Astra's more... It takes communication skills a lot, so I think teams that maybe are newer or don't have that communication, an Omen or something like that's probably just going to do better. But I think overall, not like having an Astra on this map is definitely just huge, just because the amount of utility she can have on both sites is just night and day difference comparatively to like the smoke of Omens and stuff like that.
So we take our look around Bind. That means it's time to kick off this week's grand finals. Droughts and Floods on Bind. Droughts going to become our first 2-time winner since the Landslides, and the only other team besides the Landslides to win 2 ever Rumbles. Landslides did that in the spring. Floods looking to continue our trend of first-time winners in the fall. As we're ready to hop on to Bind and get things ready to go, we see the draft, and I do believe I've been told that the Flood feel like Bind is their best map. I don't quite know who got map selection here, but you'd think it was probably the Flood because they're looking to get out to the gates early on here as we see the names to get reminded of exactly what these players bring to the table, and pretty similar comps to what we saw these teams pull off last week to get to the grand finals.
Yeah, I'm also not surprised that Orthodox is going to be the one piloting that Astra. Usually Orthodox has been playing that Cypher or things like that. I think last week they actually played a little bit dual. No, it was Deadshot played duelist. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, Orthodox usually they're pretty much their Sentinel player, and obviously the Astra coming out. Both teams playing the Astra. The one thing I will say that's pretty interesting for both teams is both teams are actually opting for a Sky instead of 2 duelists. I know it's a very common thing. Sometimes people just kind of value that Sky more than either like another duelist such as like Phoenix, Ray, stuff like that. But I guess the difference being here is one's Reyna and one's Jet.
I'm interested about the Sky Sage combo from the Droughts, who are defending first. The double support, if you will. I'm curious how much they'll use that extra healing, if it'll end up mattering. We haven't seen too many teams go with that Sage Sky. Sky's kind of been the replacement for Sage in the Esports Tower for the most part.
Yeah, so I think basically what happens is sometimes they'll kind of opt this Sky, but they don't play Sky as support that she kind of is. It's more so she's like an initiator.
Yeah.
So they'll play her like a Breach or something like that because she has so much utility with her, her dog, and then also her flashes, which are very good, and then obviously her Seekers as well. So people kind of just go out use her as an initiator more than anything else. So and then you just kind of have that Sage as the true utility and stuff like that.
I mean, you take a look at these names. If you haven't seen much of them, I mean, names to watch. And if you have any more Red Hots, you can add them in. It's probably Deadshot, Orthodox, Mave, and Pebble are kind of the 4 that come to my mind right away.
God had a really good week last week on this.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. God plays only. We've only seen them play Reyna. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're a Reyna 1 trick or what. We'll see what they want to do. They have Mave right below him and Hookah. I don't know if they'll check it.
Ooh, the push out.
Oh, get a 1v1 here. Oh, Rafa with the first one.
Sometimes pistols shoot blanks on the pistol round.
Oh, they're going to run right into Melky's here. A little bit of friendly fire on that shock dart, I believe, onto God. Oh, nice headshot right out of the smoke.
I'll say the one thing I will say to watch out for God's Reina this week. They have a really good job of getting aggressive and then also using their ghost form to get out, which a lot of Reinas sometimes don't do very well.
See a ton of damage onto the Floods, but Pryor picks up a elimination with the Frenzy. They are all low health, but I don't know what the Drought can do here. They're kind of all just stuck coming from spawn.
Yeah, that's the one thing that kind of sucks. They don't have everyone rotating or anything like that.
Deadshot is basically one hit. Oh, gets one. It's all up to Orthodox in a 1v2. They are both low, though. So is Orthodox at 2 HP. Got to play for time. Here comes Rafa. He's not going to... Oh. Doesn't matter. Maybe?
Oh. That was a close one, actually.
I feel like Rafa probably finds him if he holds, but as you said, I mean, pros can't fake. You can't fake there. You don't win if you fake.
I mean, I guess even if they do hold it, you just right-click through and then they're dead at that point. Just because Orthodox literally had like 5 HP. So this was pretty good, though, yeah.
This is a great play by Orthodox. Even though they didn't win the round, I mean, this is just how close these teams appear to be. They actually have been told both feel like Bind is their best map. So see how that goes.
I think it's just because Bind overall has been around so long, and it's a very fun map overall. Like I don't think I've ever met someone who's like, you get on Bind and they're like, ugh, Bind. Whereas like, people don't like Haven, people don't like Icebox, don't like Split. I don't think we've seen Split in literally years. So
no. Still waiting for Fracture again.
Crazy here on the site here.
God, as you said, very aggressive. Gets the first elimination. Descent and Rafa from B long. Pick up 2 more, and eerily similar position. Nice right click from Orthodox, though.
Yeah, the one thing I will say on Bind is I'm always a big fan of, I guess, stacking ecos on Bind, just because either you can do like the fun teleport strat, which is you have 3 people sit outside of A short, and then everyone goes to the TP, so you basically are pushing 5 outside of hookah, which is pretty fun. The others, you just kind of hold corners and stuff like that with the right click, but seems like they probably should go with 1 because Orthodox is 22 HP.
Oh, that job by Pebble there.
Oh, teammates.
And Flood's up early 2-0. I mean, kind of expected there. Yeah. And they only lost 1, too, which makes this a much harder bonus, or a much better bonus than we've seen in the past. We've seen teams lose 4 members in the second round and have basically no bonus. I think that happened to the Floods a couple times.
Yeah, so last week there was a lot of sloppy bonuses in terms of they had to bleed a lot of players in those first rounds. I will say, though, Floods are playing quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Comparatively to last week, they are definitely pushing through on these sites. So this is going to be kind of the test, I would say, to see if they've changed that much, or maybe even next round when they could do a full buy.
This will be the first time they'll challenge towards A. Oh, great wall by Melky's there. Oh, God. Oh, I think they saw him.
Yeah, they definitely did, but...
Oh, my goodness. At least gets a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, no. They're taking a lot of damage up from heaven as well.
I was like, where did my bird go?
What happened to the bird? Oh, they got that.
Why did it stop?
They get the spike down. They also get the Vandal for Pryor.
Yeah, Pryor had a really good week last week, too.
Pryor's been looking better and better on this one. Had some sick lineups, the shock darts as well.
The bind.
Oh, just sprayed through.
Yeah, you can't be sitting there, I'll be honest.
No.
That's okay. We didn't see that, maybe it's okay.
Oh, fake. I don't think Rafa's going to know. The Devon's right there. Through the blind. Now it's all up to Descent. Gets 1. Wonder if they have mollies on it. Oh. Trying to stop Maeve.
Let's try.
Can't quite do it, and Drought will even it back.
I mean,
get 1 more round back.
I will say 3 people going down on the side of Drought for a bonus and Floods is huge, because their eco is actually going to be quite messed up here. So I think that's going to have to go with kind of either judges or kind of the tier 1s with, light armor we see, whereas Floods are actually going to have a full round of buying here with the Phantoms and Vandals.
And we talked a lot about God. It would not shock me if they just ripped the Empress right off the bat. They didn't have the greatest usage. They'd use it and somehow stumble in and die, but it would not shock me if they just kind of try and pop an Empress and run down B long. They are going to have to be careful, though. Maeve has an op and is going to peak that.
They're running 3 on B this time, so I think they kind of figured out that Floods have, I mean, obviously the A didn't really work out for them last round, so they can assume or kind of see this. Oh, they know a judge is there.
We've seen a lot of hookah shotgun strategies.
Hey, it works a majority of the time.
Orthodox.
So they know Orthodox is here, but the thing is, are they going to go in it still?
They're holding the teleporter. There's no one there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going through that.
They might. Ooh, Sky for the Droughts is thinking about it. Now they're going to teleport back to A. But they're still holding this teleporter for God and Descent, which is interesting. Oh, they're all going to get caught coming out of bathrooms. This is the Floods attack that we're used to seeing. It only took 3 rounds for them to go back to what they're more comfortable on. The slow and steady, look for a pick, and then play it from there. Just like that, there's God with the first one on the dead shot.
Oh.
Wow, we get trades across the board.
They must have been low.
It's all the way down to a 2-on-2. Pebble saw Milky's while reloading, I think, and a peek it.
Nice shot from Pebble. Pebble played also, like, they had a lot of great headshot aim last week. It's just a really good crosshair placement.
It's up to Maeve with the op. They're both over in U-Haul. I don't think Maeve can see either of them.
If there was a team to stay disciplined on post-plan, it's definitely the Floods.
Has to give up the op, unfortunately. Wow. They're just hiding perfectly.
I mean, Floods, I feel like, are definitely the team to just sit and play very, just play that post-plan.
Yep. What a great play from Descent and Pebble. As you said, I mean, they just stay disciplined. They didn't go hunting. They don't know an op is out on the field, unfortunately.
I think like, even, some of our, I guess the better teams we've seen in the Esports Tower, I think they don't even do a good job of that. Like, I don't think we've seen too many teams, especially, play post-plant like that discipline. And I think that just shows that, it's so hard to play against a 2v1 when the other two are just not budging at all. Like, they're not peeking, they're not even thinking about it, they're just holding their angles, and then that's it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of 2v1s go south because they go challenge, and they challenge in a 1v1. I mean, that's why one of our other casters almost, was screaming at teams, please push together, as we see Orthodox with a nice headshot onto Rafa there. Descent does get a trade. Pebble gets another. Wow, we are going absolutely bananas in B short. Descent's got a triple. Oh, no, had to reload. Did we? No, unfortunately not enough to revive. Oh, here we go. Sandwich him, doesn't matter. Pryor's going to get it. Yep. All right, I mean, that was an explosive. The Floods are, I almost feel like the Droughts are forcing the Floods to play fast.
Yeah, I would say so. I think the biggest thing is also, from the previous round, Droughts were just sitting holding. They're not pushing out either. They're not, giving him the chance of, hey, if, the Floods are like, hey, if we just play standard and stuff like that, they'll eventually push out. But Droughts are actually just staying very disciplined as well in terms of, hey, we're not going to push out to try to get you guys.
But I like that round. It was an eco round for Drought, and it was basically we sneak him on hookah. You got 1 kill onto Rafa, which 1 or 2 in an eco versus a full buy is usually where you can kind of say at least we did something. At least we kind of hurt their pockets a little bit. So I do like the play. You see the Rafa going to check bathrooms here with the dog. I don't think going to see actually anybody.
I think they're also going to go for that ult orb there to get the Seekers on the site. That also obviously helps out a lot here.
They could Seeker into Hunter's Fury if they wanted to. We get opposing Seekers coming out first from the Drought, though, as God and Rafa both get taken out.
So a lot of wall bangs this game so far.
Feel like you got it. Well, they don't even have their Seekers anymore. You have 5 ults up if you're the Floods, but I would assume you probably want to hold them all together. Maybe you get a lucky pick on B and rip the Killjoy ult.
I think the only reason why you can maybe rip ult here is if you can get onto site somehow, and then after.
You see Melky's is 1 away from the res, too. Oh, they're going to... Oh, look at that crosshair placement from Descent, right on the head.
They also really like the couple taps. It's like a 3 burst almost, not like the full-on spray. That's when you're really confident with your ability.
Pebble gonna smoke out A, it looks like. Maybe get a plant down. You can win this with Killjoy. Nice flick by Pryor. Oh, Pebble gets 1 more. Oh, Hunter's Fury does come out. Oh, picks off Pebble. It's all up to Descent.
They could possibly do this as a really good molly if they...
They see him, fake the plant once again, but honestly, I would have liked the plant into the Killjoy ult if you could have got it off, because the Hunter's Fury had been burned.
Yeah, I just think I think they can only use it once they actually plant. Because the problem there, right, is if they use it, they're just going to push you anyways when you're planting.
Exactly. But now, I mean, with the Floods got all 5 ultimates up. Drought should have, I think, 3. They'll probably have the Sage revive. I would think Knives have to be up soon for Maeve, unless she popped him earlier. 6 rounds for Knives is usually pretty long.
I just feel like Maeve's been kind of not very active in these rounds in terms of like she's always just been kind of on the other side of the map whenever they've been doing things. Just because I think they're just kind of playing anchor over there. So
that is fair.
Haven't seen too much, I guess, movement from her overall. And I don't think that's really her fault in any means.
Nope, just you're on the wrong side. Oh, there it is. Right on cue, on to God.
I think Fire's looking for a lineup here, maybe.
Ends up just going to scout it out first.
Oh.
Wow, that was a pretty good scouting error. I didn't even hear any shots go off. I don't know if the Drought even saw it.
I think it was a one thing and then they just kind of LOS'd it.
Where do they go from here is the question. Oh, I like Deadshot's position.
Yeah.
This is a huge win if they get it onto Rafa.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. And going to get a blind. And doesn't see Pryor.
Back up there, but Pryor, if Pryor didn't look away from the flash, they actually would have gotten that.
All right, Pryor. You're at 5 HP, but you're not too bad.
He does Hunter's Fury still, so I think in this situation, yeah, you just want to give a spike over to Pebble and then have them plant so you can just play post.
They only have Maeve on B.
Uh-oh, this could be bad. Oh, not looking though.
Oh, no. It was only a matter of time before Maeve with that op started popping off. It's up to Pebble in descent. Ooh.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, this was kind of interesting. I think maybe miscommunication or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how descent ended up over here.
Yeah, and I feel like they've just been kind of sitting over here too, so.
They eco it, and they at least keep their gun. I think it was an eco round potentially for the Flood.
They had a couple weapons I think they were keeping, so hopefully that it's done at the eco now round, and they should probably use the ults, because there is 5 ults up for the side of Floods, and you got to use that to get these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you want those ults to come back up again. I know you dream of the 5-man Hunter's Fury or the Killjoy to win the round, but just plant and Killjoy ult or save the Hunter's Fury.
I think Empress especially.
Yeah.
Since Empress is a 5 cost, you just got to be ripping that, I think, on cooldown.
Well, I know God unfortunately got domed by Maeve last round with the op.
That's
Makes
true.
it hard to Empress when you just get opt right out of B-Long. Because usually God's pretty aggressive with these Empresses.
I agree. I think it's just kind of the eco rounds that got to him a little bit.
See what they want to do here in Hookah. Maeve is on A, so it's a little more free. Don't think the dog saw anything.
I don't know if they're trying to, like, post-plant Killjoy ult here, or Empress maybe?
Yeah, I think you want to rip the Empress here.
Got flashed by on teammate.
Ooh, did see Deadshot. Devin gets the first elimination. Yeah. Deadshot with another. Finally, Rafa gets one, but not what the round the Flood were hoping for. Another teammate flash there. Great shock dart. I think that landed. And they get the revive off. This is phenomenal for the Drought. They have surrounded Descent and Pryor. Descent does get one, though, in Tube. Trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, Orthodox gets the kill.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing I'm just kind of question marking about is the Floods right now. I mean, it's not that they're playing bad. It's just, like, you have 5 ultimates up for 2 rounds, and I think that's just something you really can't just do. And especially the thing is like, God going out there with no utility and stuff like that, with no Empress going, no Killjoy going, no, like, Dart, it's just like, you can't just brute force take B with literally nothing, like, util-wise. They had, they had, like, a couple smokes, I think, but other than that, like, you just don't have the power to do that.
And
so,
are they going to force a half buy here?
Seems so.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I thought that.
Yeah, that always does.
Well, it didn't matter. It's Maeve just opts God anyway. Oh, and you can't ult this round because it's a save round. Well, here we go. Here's the Hunter's Fury.
Oh.
Yeah. Little.
There you go.
There gets Maeve taken out. This is the second Seekers that have come out from Deadshot before Rafa has used his first.
I think this happened last week, too, with Rafa kind of holding the Seekers a lot.
Yeah, I think that was our one criticism of the Flood is they held their ults, pretty much everyone besides God, way too long. Great kill with the Guardian there by Pryor onto Devin. Maybe they are going to start ulting here.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Seekers or Dissipate or Killjoy ult.
At least Killjoy ult here. I feel like that's required. You're still outgunned.
I mean, they have an op though, so if you dissipate, like they literally can't go through. Like right outside the up top here on heaven, you know. If you do a cut like across there, it's really hard for them to play the game.
If Pebble's not picked off by the op, I bet you they dissipate after they lose somebody. Because I don't know. Oh, they never mind. God got op this round. So I don't know if they know it
I think
opts
it's
out.
fine,
But
actually not to, just because Floods are actually very disciplined when it comes to this stuff. I think if it was a different team, maybe.
I mean, also I think the op isn't on Maeve. Maeve did get eliminated. The op was on Melky's, so they're just actually gonna save the op.
Yep.
So it looks like Pebble might get him. Nope.
Yep.
Had to try. No point in saving the sheriff there on an eco round, and Floods get another one. It's 5-4. This feels like it's going to be 6-6 at half. Doesn't seem like either team has a real advantage.
I think it depends on Floods ult usage.
1 second.
Like, even if they're not going to have a full buy here, just because based on the money they had, like, I think you just got to use the best advantages that you can.
I mean, you can rip Seekers into Empress or something like that. At least maybe pick up a 1 or 2 cheesy kills with Empress.
I also think A site is really good for the dissipate because you can literally just get rid of half the, quarrel of getting on site. Start to pause. It seems like something's going on here.
Somebody called for a pause. Hopefully they'll be able to get back in shortly.
Or something happened, so that happens.
It's been a really close game one, though. I mean, both these teams were saying Bind's their best map. The Flood have played a bit more aggressive at times. That we haven't seen the Drought attacking yet, but so far these teams haven't looked too far apart. But I think the Droughts, when everything has gone chaotic, they're using their ults better, and they have a little bit better aiming and gunplay than it feels like than the Floods at times.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams are doing a pretty good job of aiming overall. Like, especially, I will say, holding corners right now. They're doing a fantastic job of kind of holding that, that head length or the head height. The biggest thing I think right now is both teams utility-wise are definitely kind of lacking. We've seen some good Sova stuff, but other than that, it's kind of been weird playing around for certain things in terms of, hey, okay, Empress popped by God this time, actually.
Yeah, Empress is going to go on right off the rip. I think going to force U-Haul, but unfortunately gets opt by Maeve before they can make it there. Ooh, Orthodox with a great flank. Picks up a double. Deadshot picks up one more. It's all up to Pryor. Don't even have Spike.
A lot of Guardian buys.
I think this might be his Guardian from last round. As the two drones fly past each other. Has to run away. I mean, I don't think you're saving a Guardian, right?
I don't think so.
You're looking for like a pick here, hopefully.
Yeah, I think the best thing is just kind of look for something.
So, I mean, nothing against Pryor. I don't think you win a 1-on-3 with a Guardian. But you need a pick onto someone. May would be preferred.
30 seconds
But
left.
anyone, really. Oh, maybe going to see if he can force Deadshot out.
That hit him.
Just barely.
They're really holding this corner, though.
They know where Pryor is, especially after those shock darts. Devin peeking him. Oh, and gets double shot there. Devin eliminates him, and that's a perfect round for the Drought. Don't lose any more. Keep your op alive.
Yeah, but it's now 5-5, and honestly, with how it's going, I think it might be a 7-5 Droughts kind of half.
I'm curious where the Floods want to attack. They've had a lot of success going B, but they've also had some awful rounds where they just hard force through hookah. Someone jumps out of hookah with no utility, and I mean they're also going to be forced to eco this round as well. They're at least half eco. They've got a couple of Vandals.
Yeah, I think this is the time when it's like you have to think to yourself of like, why did we win those rounds, rather than just like, oh well, we won B, we can just do that. It's like you have to understand of like, well, why did that go wrong?
Yeah, why did you win B?
Yeah.
Well, they do see the Astra in tube.
They have Seekers. I know you want to use them.
The Seekers dissipate. You can cut off all of the rotations over from A. You can also neutralize that op that Maeve is just staring into hookah with.
Yep.
And there it is. They do get a blind, I believe. I mean, they have Pebble over to the side. They do at least take down Melky's.
God gets one.
And they're just going to, looks like, reset to A. Come on, please.
Ooh,
Seekers?
let's see.
Seekers, maybe? Or just walk into
Man,
Deadshot.
That was a really good Astra communication, by the way.
Yeah.
That concussed there. That was good.
Pebble did finally throw down the Dissipate.
Oh,
Descent
nice.
picks up a double, so it is a 2-on-2.
Placing alarm bot.
They should get the plant down with relative ease here.
Only problem is
Spike planted.
Descent's pretty low.
And Devin's going to come from behind, going to get a pick right onto him. Knives do come out from Maeve as well, and Devin will steal the kill, but the knives were doing plenty of work.
Yeah, and I think that was, I mean, it was a good rotate from Floods. It was just, I think the biggest thing was trying to kind of force through hookah and losing more than you shouldn't have. Based on, like, you know, smokes and stuff like that. Maeve obviously getting an op kill for free basically there because they had nothing kind of going out. I think that's kind of the problem, but like I said, I mean, it's looking like a 7-5 Droughts. I don't know if Floods come out here. It could be a 6-6 like you're saying, but I think Droughts right now at the moment have some momentum. They've been doing a great job of kind of holding these sites, and the rotates have been pretty good too. They're not over-rotating too much and, you know, kind of having those anchors.
So we get a double full buy from everybody?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, Maeve even gets, Maeve still has the op.
Yep, from last round.
See what the Floods can do. They still have Seekers, by the way. Still waiting on it. Hopefully they come out here.
Nice dart there. They see him.
Know where Maeve is.
Oh,
there it is.
Seekers.
They can follow him. Oh. God gets caught, unfortunately. Descent sees Maeve, unfortunately. Finds Orthodox first. Never mind. I didn't know if they were going to know Orthodox was below them.
Ooh, could be a big shock dart here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a big one. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
it didn't matter too much. And you were right. 7-5 Drought at half. Pick up a couple pistol rounds, though. You can easily get it back to 7-7.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I just think the biggest thing is obviously this is when I think tides will kind of turn a little bit. We've kind of seen Floods be more of a defensive team, as we can kind of tell with their attack more so. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Floods have a better job, I guess, of you know, defense here. The only thing is I wish I want to see more ults coming from the Floods. I think they're kind of holding it too much, trying to get to, like, that perfect moment. Or, you know, just maybe, I don't know, don't think about it as much, but just, like, know that, you know. And the example here is Deadshot ulted twice, probably almost 3 times, whereas Rafa ulted once. So that's why we say it, everyone. I know you might think, oh, well, they're just saying that because they're watching, but
No, I mean, you and I kind of talk about it. Like 2 rounds after that, you just got to rip an ult.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think you're going to get value, just so you can use it a second time, because the second one might be huge.
2 is greater than 1.
Exactly. Simple math. Stay in school, kids. Drought kind of playing this first round kind of slow. They faked A. Ooh, they're even going to get God off of B. It's going to be all up to Rafa.
Rafa is, I don't know what Rafa's doing there. They've been usually doing pretty good about Floods there, but Rafa is going way too hard on that flank.
I think the Floods somehow got baited and I think that was a full A commit.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Seen that happen a few times. Oh, I like this flank from Maeve. Don't know if anyone's going to know Maeve is there. Devin gets one. Maeve is still sneaking around an elbow. And I don't know if the rest of the team's going to even need her.
Oh, does get.
Ooh, triple kill for Pebble.
Say Pebble's really low here. Maeve can get. Oh, that was a great shot from Descent right there. That's what they needed.
Great recovery there from the Floods. I thought that was a lost round the moment Rafa died. I was like,
Yeah,
you're playing into
yeah.
a 5v4. You're having to rotate over to B, but unfortunately, I think it was Melky's just got caught trying to rush the plant and died with the knife out.
Yeah, I don't know if that was miscommunication on the sides of Floods of like, oh, hey, they're rotating, or they didn't know they're rotating or something like that. Because, I mean, Rafa was obviously really pushed out. And I know what they were trying to do, but I think that just came from maybe a little miscommunication or something like that.
That was a great shot from Descent right before the wind orb actually cuts off their line of sight. Gets the headshot, and now on the second round.
Oh. I can't tell. I think they forgot to bounce it.
Yeah, I don't think it gave them anything. I didn't hear the location revealed.
Double shock dart.
I think it was Maeve, maybe backed up. Maeve or Devin backed up just barely in time.
Yeah.
We got a great view from Melky.
That's what we know as the prior. For Esports Tower, at least.
So that's a fantastic lineup. So I think that's something that maybe the Floods can use to, I don't want to say come back in this game, but have the lead. They've been kind of perpetually trailing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, though, is that lineup is a very high risk, high reward, because you're obviously getting ready to your shock darts that could be guaranteed.
Rafa got a great little flank there this time. Did take quite a bit of damage, even with the Spectre, so immediately realizes, look, I got a 1-for-nothing trade. I'm just going to run away and not greet it. I like that call to just run away.
They also have utility here, so they can at least get like their, you know, flash out, and then also their dog. They can kind of hold a lot.
Oh, Pebble from gets a second. All right. It's a Marshall time here.
Man, using a Marshall against no armor makes you feel so good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, really good try there. They got really close. Devin on the almighty flank here. Oh my gosh, they're actually watching this.
They are
I would be so mad. if that happened to me, I'd be like, why are you there? In the sense, just like,
it sounds
read them like a book.
way to pick up that weapon. I'll keep it, though. Nice Aries you got there, pal.
Yeah, looks there. He's like, yeah, I'm okay.
We do get, once again, a good bonus for the Floods. They only lost Pryor, right? Who's debating if he wants to upgrade. He's flexed the Guardian a couple times. I don't know what Pryor will end up deciding on.
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of see the team-wise, but this is 7-7. This is a good game so far. This is only map 1.
These teams look incredibly close. Drought have been very, very slow attacking. I mean, I know it was the pistol round, so I think things will open up here a bit more with Vandals and Phantoms on board, but
Yep.
they were very, very slow. Haven't seen a single all come out. I like how aggressive the Drought are getting too. I mean, you see God is right in hookah waiting to challenge somebody. Rafa is peeking B long onto Orthodox. I like how aggressive they're getting for the Floods. I like this play.
They're definitely kind of testing out because they know that Drought's kind of playing this very slow style. So if even if you don't get like a kill or a pick here, it's good getting information.
Oh, decent shock dart there from Pryor. Does a little bit of damage onto Maeve.
Take flight.
Here comes the drone. Hopefully to get some information that they need.
Well, they
definitely find one.
They do see Pryor. Don't see anybody else, though. Oh, they gave up on the flank, did Rafa and God.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
nice kill with the mollies from Descent. Maeve gets one right back, though. Oh, and they're just going to teleport to B.
Last player standing.
Well, they were going to try, and Rafa was hanging right outside of the teleporter from A to B. It was definitely a plan. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Wow.
Look at Rafa with the fantastic little flank there. That was a great attempt by the Drought, but, I mean, Rafa was basically like a step ahead of him. He's like, you're probably going to come through the teleport, aren't you? Yep. Okay, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great job. Rafa just holding his angles. I mean, honestly, the thing right now is Flutter holding a lot of flank angles, so, like, they know that they're going to eventually have to go through somewhere around there, and so it's making it really hard for Drought to make these rotation plays.
Interesting. God still opting for the Judge. I don't know if they're maybe trying to save for an op. Predicting maybe it's a save round. I'm not sure.
Possibly. I think they just know, you know.
Oh, this will be some fun here.
Playing a really close angle, though.
Yeah, I like the behind the boxes strategy a bit more that we've seen.
Yeah.
As they are going to run into each other. And
Odin.
Orthodox actually won that trade, by the way, over in Hookah. As the Odin from Pryor and Bathroom is. Bathroom Odins are unstoppable. We've learned this in Esports Tower.
That is true.
Nice shock dart.
Out of charges.
They probably rotate B here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess they're kind of just holding it right now.
Yeah, they don't really have a plan. I mean, they're an eco round. They know they're going into an Odin. I mean, Orthodox did pick up that Judge that he won.
I don't know how Orthodox won that, but I'm assuming, based on what they were saying in chat, something very bad happened.
Yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw God saying, let's not talk about that.
Hey, everyone has those moments. Sometimes it's too free where you just kind of don't hit it at all.
Or
They still have wall here. I'm guessing they could do a whoa.
Oh my God!
I think they just stun locked them because they were so just absolutely amazed at what was happening.
The saddest part is Pebble actually took one of those kills, so there's no chance of an ace here for Pryor, even though it's well deserved. I don't think Orthodox saves a Judge, but maybe? You're maybe looking for someone to get too aggressive and steal their Phantom, or at least deny it.
They're going to get him.
most fitting way to die, honestly.
I
Is to
hate
that
it.
turret. All right, Floods have won 4 straight. Maybe call timeout if you're the Drought. I know we already had a pause. I think they were the ones who called for it.
I think it was a technical pause.
It was a technical
I don't think it
pause.
was like a because it only lasted like a couple seconds.
But they're gonna stick with it. I mean, it was an eco round. Melky's is gonna come with their own Odin. Get ready, Pryor.
Here.
Said, hey, this thing looks pretty good. I can start using it.
I can just jump people in bathrooms.
Yep.
So far, it's been a good game. Descent, not the player I was expecting to pop off. I mean, they're 18-8 right now. God is getting very aggressive. Going to get hit by the dog.
Ooh,
Yep.
Nice.
Great use of the utility there. Orthodox even gets another one onto Rafa.
Ooh, they're underneath.
I don't think they saw them. They get made before they die.
Getting one, that's not too bad.
2v4 here. They do have the Astral Wall, but that's about it. But hey, an Odin can just spray through everything.
One enemy remaining.
Like that. Unfortunately, Pryor was on the receiving end of the Odin spray. It feels like Pebble should just save here. Unless the rest of his team has to eco next round.
I think
But
they're all. I don't
They're
think they can.
walled off.
Oh, almost got him through the wall there, but I don't think the pen was big enough. So
They took a ton of damage. Yeah, I don't think they are
quick
just
ult.
they're getting hunted. They get taken out, and just like that, the Drought are back within one. Can they get away from the bomb in time? Yep. Won't even matter, actually.
Just like that, it's 8-9. So kind of catching up here from the Flood as this attack, as they've been kind of doing a great job of getting on the site lately.
And I think this next round is going to come down to who uses Seekers first.
Yep.
Because you can see it's a full buy for pretty much everybody on the Floods except for God, but he has more than enough credits to full buy. He was just probably determining what he wanted to buy. Ooh. Looks like we're going to get an op for the first time from the Floods.
I also think there's been a lot of cheeky kills, so I think the Seekers would help a lot with that, kind of the holding the corners and stuff like that.
Yeah, checking in Hookah, where we know God has hung out the last few rounds. They'll look, not see him.
Oh.
I don't think they saw him. I think you have to go back to a Phantom, by the way. I don't think he ended up sticking with the op.
Sometimes it's not working, you know.
Oh,
that was a great dart.
Oh, no. God has had some just
we go.
unfortunate luck. Nice
Seekers coming
Seekers.
out. Ooh, and a shock dart that did a lot of damage.
Unfortunately, there's no Hunter's Fury to combo with the
Ooh.
Drought.
So
Boom.
great utility by both teams right now.
Oh, great flank by Devin and Maeve.
Is that a double dog?
I think that was a double dog.
I don't think I've ever seen a dog hit 2 targets.
Ooh, Maeve trying to go airborne there. We know how that.
goes.
Yeah, we know how that ends for Jets. Oh, what a Hunter's Fury from Pryor. Takes out 2, I think.
I think it was 1. I think they hit maybe. I think they hit one more person that could.
I thought I saw them get one onto Melky's. Maybe it was something else. And look at that. Who would have known, Ren Hots, when you ult, you can win the round?
Yeah, there's a lot of ults to use that round.
They both use Seekers. We saw the Hunter's Fury come out as well. Oh, he shock darted Melky's, I
Yeah,
believe,
okay.
and then gets a pick onto Orthodox with the Hunter's Fury.
I saw a different logo. That's why I was like.
It looked different, but
yeah.
at the time I was like, "Is that the
I
Hunter's
mean,
Fury?"
that's true. It looks pretty similar.
I mean, I should have
What
known
happens
with Pryor's shock dart lineups that he was going to get one
Of course.
from spawn here, and now it's the Drought's turn to get aggressive with ults. Right, you're down 2 rounds. You pretty much have knives. You have Hunter's Fury. You don't really have Seekers to combo with the Hunter's Fury, so I don't know how they're going to
The
get.
knives are coming out. They're kind of forced on the side of Drought, but obviously Jets can use knives. Same thing, if not better than usual.
I'm curious how. Oh, nice blind, but
Oh,
still
wow.
loses it. Oh, nice shock dart. I think Pebble actually barely dodged that, but just
That's
2 for
a
1.
great double peek right there, by the way. And a lot of people don't talk about that, or nor do they actually do that.
Defender's Killjoy
Nice.
comes ult.
With the dissipate too.
Oh, can they find it with the Hunter's Fury?
Yep.
Yeah, they can. Great usage
wow.
there.
I think they hit him once in heaven there.
Yeah, they did hit Descent once, it looks like. Oh, God.
Oh, nice. Hey, that's a. Actually, they're both eating Phantoms. Never mind. So that's a Phantom diff.
Oh,
nice shot.
oh no. Trying to spray through the wall. All right, Rafa's got a huge flank. I think the Drought are ready for it. Oh, nice
Yeah.
knife kill there. Gets 1. Gets
Nice.
2. Can heal themselves if they really want to.
Okay, they did see Jet. Oh, nice.
Oh, no.
Good
Oh,
play. I
no.
mean, that was a great round from both teams, by the way.
Yeah.
I think the Drought did a great job of coming onto site there. That the double peek into into U-Haul after was a very good job. A lot of people don't double peek in this game. There's also a pretty funny clip recently that if anyone knows Tarek from CS:GO, he's one of the best players at least. And he was playing a game when these guys they're like, whoa, why would we double peek? And he's like, just go at the same time. And he counts them down, and they do a good job. Like double peeking this game is very good. It happens a lot in CS:GO, and it was very popular in CS:GO. I think a lot of people in Valorant don't use that, which they could. So I think that was a great example of that.
I think it was an eco round for the Floods. I'm wondering if God maybe forces to pop Empress.
Yeah, I think they have to eco here for sure.
Taking a ton of spray from Hookah. Ooh, that's
a lot of damage.
Great shock dart. God ended up with just the Guardian. So did kind of upgrade a bit. Maeve gets one of the It's a 1-for-1 trade. Maeve at 2 HP gets a second elimination. And I've never seen this many Guardian kills in my life as God gets a triple kill with it. 2v2.
So will that be enough though?
Well, they did get an Odin onto Pryor. I think that was enough with the Guardian. Curious what Maeve can do.
Ooh. Oh gosh.
Oh, didn't expect Pebble to be there. Thought they were maybe going to get.
Think about was the Odin.
Exactly. When you're just hearing Odin shots come out, it's very hard to think about anything else. Flood's 2 rounds away from picking up game number 1.
And it's been a phenomenal game so far.
They have Seekers again. This is why you all early, Rafa.
Oh.
You used it only, I think, 2 rounds ago, and you're already back up to Seekers, which is huge. And now it's a forced eco round from Drought, so you probably can save your Seekers here for match point, I would think. Or do you just rip it?
I think, honestly, it's better just to do it, because if you go more rounds, you can get the potential chance of 3.
That is, we'll see. That is a fair point, though. I didn't even think about that.
Also, I think Dissipate's a lot harder to use when you're defending sometimes, but I also think it's good to basically force rotates. Like if you use it, for example, like outside of Hookah, like the old Viper walls that they used to do, you do something like that, and it makes it really hard for them to attack.
This is going to be a huge one-on-one if Devin takes this. Because Devin's the only one who upgraded. Oh, thought there were a moment they might
Devin
get it.
wasn't using the Squidward skin, the little one. This sounds
I
like
gotta
a
bully him
Squidward
that.
nose.
Why you got to bully him like that?
No, it's a feature.
Choice, skin choice. Ooh, I like this. Flank this. We do get the Empress from God, interestingly enough. And Rafa's going to pick up a double.
I thought that shot it twice. I was like, oh, I can just go around the corner.
They even have no spike. A nice dog onto Orthodox. I think they're going to push this. There is God getting the kill with the Empress. It's all up to Deadshot and Hookah. They don't even have the
1v5.
spike.
Here we go.
The clutch.
Deadshot with 40 HP. Gonna hit him with the ace. Gets none. And there we go.
I was saying, it only takes 5 headshots. You only need 5 shots with the Sheriff
yeah, that's
there.
when Chamber. There you go.
All right, match point. You've got Seekers. You've got Dissipate.
You got the entire, well, most things you need.
You've got pretty much everything. I mean, the only thing that the Drought have is a revive from Milky's.
So, I mean, they could do a 1-for-1, and obviously it'd be beneficial for them.
Yeah.
I guess we'll kind of see how that's used. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Sage has res this entire game.
They did res once. I remember
okay.
them resing once.
I haven't recalled it just because I feel like there's these rounds that they go from so slow to just
dead.
Absolute war in about 2 seconds, but.
Oh, we're going to get war in the bathroom.
Oh, my, he's a shorty.
Oh, no. There's no way this works, right? There's no way. Oh.
They're actually just rotating out.
Pebble, no. No.
Like, well, they're coming, right, guys?
Uh-oh. Wait, we might get another one. Well, not with the shorty, but Pryor does win that.
He pushed out.
He pushed out, and now he's going to retreat.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to full retreat. So there's the revive. That's what we talked about. One for one.
This is good. Yeah, 4v5.
All right. Pryor hears that. Got to go recheck bathrooms again.
Yeah, does see 2 here.
Does see where Devin is. Going to try and spray him with the Odin. Ooh, this is another big one. I think Maeve wins this. Never mind. Seekers. Rip the Seekers.
I think they might use them for retake. That would actually probably be pretty good here. Oh. Does get the audible Q. They do not.
I think you just rip Seekers here, and I think you win this round. That's a great headshot. Rafa's over in the corner.
So now they can kind of assume there's no one long at the time just because of where they flashed.
Pryor gets his second kill of the round on the Devin.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice.
Wait, they're running out of time though.
Orthodox is going to get this plant down because Devin's over at A.
They do.
Barely.
Yeah. Okay, full HP. Pryor, definitely not.
I think they're both no armor on either of them, I believe.
Thing is, they gonna use dissipate or not? Probably not.
I think they hold this. Oh, they just saw him.
Just saw him, yeah.
What a huge round for Orthodox. Gets the 4K. Him and Deadshot have been playing phenomenal the last
couple
month,
weeks.
honestly.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job. Those two obviously are a duo, it seems. So.
Yeah, we've only ever seen them together. They are phenomenal. I mean, the coaches have told us maybe one of the strongest players in Esports Tower the last month has Deadshot's been. I think Orthodox is right there with them too. I think it's a 4K.
I would say improving-wise, yeah, I would say so.
I mean, look at Orthodox, 25 and 16.
Yeah, Orthodox, I'm not going to lie, I don't think I've really seen Orthodox have a particularly bad game, though. I think they're always kind of the anchor for their team.
Another chance for the Floods to close this one out. Once again, you have Seekers. Ooh, we get another Rafa Maeve battle here if Maeve decides to peek that corner. I think might have got the blind. I saw the bird come out. Oh, Rafa I thought Maeve was going to win that again. This time Orthodox backs up their teammate, though. How about a double kill for Orthodox this round? Looking for a triple. Can't quite get the quad, but
2v2 now. It's 12-10. They're going to hit him with the rotate.
Quick rotate. I think they heard the teleporter, though, so they'll...
Yep, they're start running as well. They do dissipate here, so this could be a big dissipate to make it a lot easier to kind of come to this site.
Oh, huge pick by
yeah,
Devin.
That was crazy risk, but it does pay off by getting that kill.
Did take a little bit of damage. It's off the Pebble. Stronger players on the Flood. Oh, I don't think they saw him, but they might have heard him. Shock dart doesn't land. I like this from Milky's holding long here.
Ooh. Oh.
Great double peek from the Drought.
I mean, a great job. A lot of good communication I've seen a lot in this game in terms of at least peeking or like playing defense-wise. Like they do as soon as someone is basically peeking the corner, someone is saying something, or it's just the awareness too, right? Well, they're immediately peeking, so it's very, very hard to get that too.
Yeah, that's a fantastic call out by Milky's to say, you know what, they're right behind you or whatever they said. Because I mean, as soon as they get that kill, Devin is peeking. Sometimes that takes forever, and you just kind of start like, oh, I died, and you're like, from where? Like, help me, please.
Yep.
All right, last chance before we get overtime for the Floods to win this game.
Seekers up, and Dissipate is also up, so.
For both sides.
Oh, yeah. Seeing a theme here.
I'm surprised.
A lot of Odins, too.
Yeah,
like,
these teams love their Odins. There's
go.
the Dissipate from the Drought.
Ooh, they're doing more of a bait A, it seems like. A lot of utility was over there.
There's
Although
the
this
Seekers.
Dissipate... Oh, this is... Okay.
Double Seekers.
This is an interesting Dissipate from Droughts, so not gonna lie, that wall does not help them that much.
The dog does land on the God, and Orthodox immediately gets a kill onto it.
On the site, so who am I to say?
And they get a couple of kills. They get the spike down. They have Hunter's Fury up.
Yeah, 3v4.
Ooh, nice shock dart. A second great shock dart onto Orthodox.
Almost another kill from Pryor.
Does get the healing, though, so all those shock dart damage, I think, pretty much wasted. Ooh, 1-for-1 trade. Deadshot gets a triple. It's all up to Rafa. And they're just going to
desperately just trying to live.
And, yep.
Knife out. Overtime.
Here we go. This has been a fantastic first finals game.
Absolutely.
It's all right. The Floods have had so much control when they were defending. Look at that. Orthodox at 29, probably going to drop 30 here. Shout out to the Floods, though. They don't have a carry, but they had 20, 19, 18, and 18 in terms of kills.
Well-rounded this game.
Very well-rounded team. I think their last player even had 12 or 13. So a very well-rounded team. Meanwhile, the Floods or the Drought had Orthodox at 29. I think Devin was up at 21. Team or individual, who comes out on top here in overtime? Got to win by 2. If Pryor lands this lineup here.
Yeah, kind of seems like this way, and I think we're just going to play slow. It's a little default action here.
Did it sound like we got an op from somebody on Drought? Yeah, my guess would be Maeve. They have been phenomenal with the op, by the way. Wall starting to go down. Dead Shots is right behind it. The dog does come out. Not able to find anything, though. Oh!
Close. A little bit more to the right.
Just missed. Dead Shots thanking his lucky stars.
Both playing very slow right now.
Yeah, nobody wants to lose this round.
Oh, does find him.
Probably wondering.
Great utility, though.
Oh, great spray by God. We've been waiting all day. There it is, the double headshot. They find one more onto Devin. Lear goes out. Kill kind of gets stolen there by Pebble.
God is going crazy right now.
Oh, there should catch Orthodox in rotation.
Oh
nice flick. Empress is up.
Dala wants to win this game now.
Even gonna rip the Empress in a 3v1 against an op.
Get a reset anyway. So. Oh, did hit him though. So hit her.
Yeah, did quite a lot of damage to me.
The turret kill.
No, not the turret. Descent should be able to finish. Oh my gosh. There's no way, right?
I don't think so.
You're a legend if you pull this off,
4 HP. If she just
stick it. No.
I think she could have stuck.
I think she could have stuck that.
Yeah, I actually think Pebble didn't think they were going to do it.
Yeah, I think.
It would have been very close at the very least.
It was like, it's all the way back in like round 1, right? Eventually, Pebble just had to spray through and would have hit him.
I think that scenario, though, Pebble wasn't even shooting once when they tapped it.
That's true. I don't know how much time they had left on the Wind Orb, though, because the Astra smoke had gone down by the time they dashed out.
For the smoke to last.
That was so close.
That was close. That was close.
All right, match point for the Floods. They weren't able to finish the deal the first couple times. Let's see if they can do it this time. Defending, I would think, it appears from what we've seen these last 2 weeks, is their better
Yeah, that round was pretty close, but at the end of the day, got it through, and now we just got to see how this plays out.
Oh, well, Pryor and God and Rafa have gone to the most cheeky spots, and I absolutely love it.
I don't think is Maeve peaks at the same time. She's gonna win this. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's a really bad angle to hold as an Odin, just because you need a lot more time to ramp up. And the Phantom in that scenario wins almost every single time.
They're gonna push through Hookah. It's all up to Rafa, the only one alone on B.
Another Odin.
Hey, it's been an Odin day so far. Oh, great pick by Rafa. Ain't gonna immediately use the dog.
Sees a lot of bullets.
Melky gets the plant down, though, so you put the pressure on the Flood. Oh, great dog by Deadshot. I think maybe even saw a couple members behind Descent.
Blinded the turret. I'm just kidding. Oh! Nice.
Almost.
There.
Oh. Whoa! Was that a collateral for Orthodox?
It was a spray down.
It's up to a 1v1, and Devin will win it. And we're going to more overtime.
Yeah, it was a great spray from Orthodox.
I was gonna say,
as the Reaper kill sound is the most satisfying thing when you get multiple kills in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like the higher pitch ding, like ding ding. That's great.
Get another. I mean, both rounds in overtime have been 1v1s.
This was insane utility, by the way. This is like really what won them, or almost won the round. Huh.
Yeah, that is just a great spray. All right, reset overtime once again.
Here we go. Orthodox with the 32 bomb right now, just going crazy.
One of the better solo performances we've seen in the Esports Tower. Looks like the Floods want to do the exact same strategy. I hope God gets a pop off again. He's been playing so well. Oh, there it is.
I think God is a momentum player.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
And what I mean by that is basically if he gets one, he can keep going chain to the next. He's a very aggressive player like this.
He plays like he has Empress up at all times, right?
I think he just really knows how to use Reyna's resets well, which a lot of Reynas don't use as efficient, I would say, because a lot of Reynas are just like, oh my gosh, I have 2 HP gone, and they need to just heal, but that's not really.
There it is, a triple for God. There's the Empress. Gonna rip it in a 1v5 this time. Oh, kill stolen by
Pryor
Pryor.
said, thank you.
Pryor's like, hey, thank you, God. You're so kind. All right. Let's try it again, Flood.
Same exact situation happened last time.
This time they didn't almost lose to Maeve, though. They were able to win that round a bit more securely. We'll see what happens this round.
That's true.
I love the way that God's been playing in overtime. Took him a while to get going.
Yes, I think he started really strong at the beginning. Kind of lost some steam in the middle of the game. And then, I mean, it just kind of makes sense for the play style, though, right?
Mm-hmm. As you said, momentum. I mean, look at that. Everybody on the Floods is within 6 kills of each other.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
Again, nothing wrong if you're not in kill player. I mean, we talk about it all the time in other games. You got to know your role. I just like how the
game it changes.
The Floods have just kind of said, you know what, we don't need a carry. We just need everybody to play perfectly, or
play
good.
Consistently.
Consistently is the word. Yeah, consistent's probably the word I'm looking for.
If they played perfectly, it'd be a 13-0.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No peek on Maeve this time. I think the Flood's biggest downfall is they got too aggressive at points in this game. Oh, what a bit. Like that.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, Pryor. You gotta get rid of the Odin. You gotta get rid of it.
Didn't even get a bullet off.
It is not working out right now.
They did get a trade though. God,
true.
Able to pick up a couple, gets the blind, but another kill for God. It's a 2-on-4.
That's what they needed.
Orthodox is still alive though.
Orthodox is still alive, and it's not over yet.
And Devin, that's the 2 best fraggers for the drought.
Although Orthodox is a little low this time. I don't think they have Spike.
They do not. That is the biggest problem. I think Maeve or someone where we saw Maeve get that kill is where the Spike is. I don't know who exactly had it. Probably Maeve or Melky's would be my guess. That is the only thing that I think is really going to make this round really hard. Is the Spike is within. I mean, Pebble is basically staring at it. Oh, huge flank.
I don't think they're going to have enough time to get it.
They're going to have to just get the last 2 eliminations. It's all up to Devin. Pebble puts some great shot in. Descent is right there, but loses it. It's another 1v1. Pebble, you just got to play time.
Oh, wow. That was crazy.
Ends up getting the kill, and 15-13. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come here in the grand finals, because that was phenomenal between the drought and the Flood. You can see going out alone can only get you so far. If you want to increase your chance of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. Look at the Flood. Everybody showing up. Again, maybe 6 or 7 kills, maybe even less. I know Flood had God had a couple kills at the end there. Difference between all of their players in 28 rounds. Absolutely phenomenal. You can see how talented this team is in their first ever Rumble. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout out to all the coaches. If you're watching, haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. Flood's now a game away from their first ever championship. Red Hots very back and forth though. I mean, even though the Floods won, I don't think you can even say that you think you're going to win game 2, because I mean the drought were right there. A couple of their bullets go their way. They easily could have won that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just a back and forth game overall. I think, kind of people had their strides, people didn't have their strides, and at the very end, drought kind of took it away. But the series is definitely up in the air. Like, each team can take it. I think the biggest comes down to is they got to keep using those utility and also using those ults. That's been kind of our main thing today. A lot of held ults kind of, I think, for a lot of rounds that could have been potentially won early on. And, sometimes winning those rounds just gives you more momentum, and then it really changes the outcome of the game.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, it's game 2. Can the Floods claim their first ever championship? We're going to Haven. Ooh. We'll find out. Do we get a game 3 or do we get another first-time champion? It's coming up right after this break.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back into this week's broadcast, the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's Game 2 of our Week 6 finals, and if it's anything like Game 1, we're going to be here for a while, Red Hots. 15-13 on Bind. Now we go to Haven. Flood looking for their first ever championship, but again, feels way too close to call here after what we just saw on Bind.
Yeah, I think it was a back and forth, and it was a great game overall. And we're going to Haven, so I think it's going to be a very interesting game for both these teams here. We've kind of seen a lot of slow play styles, so each way it's going to be pretty, I guess, interesting because Haven's kind of a map where a lot of people end up playing pretty fast. And I think it also takes advantage if you're playing slow and you're playing this rotate style. The defenses can actually kind of punish you pretty hard for that with different angles, so I'd love to see how they play this.
Before we get into Game 2, we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarships awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically as well, and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more proud and more excited to see all the opportunities these players are getting, and there's just going to be more and more because there's been some phenomenal play here tonight and in previous Rumbles as well. So big congratulations to all of those players, and I'm sure some of the players you see here tonight are going to be adding to that scholarship total. I mean, there's probably like 4 or 5 just offhand. I mean, we don't even know what year these players are. I mean, there's some of these people might even be freshmen in high school Red Hots, but Orthodox, Deadshot, Mave, all players you would expect at some point to be at the collegiate level in Valorant as this game gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I also think this is Esports Tower is obviously a great opportunity for, I guess, not only for people to get experience, but I think also it's like for scouting wise, because you know, in certain games and stuff, like even when I played and stuff like that, it was basically you would get to college and you were getting a scholarship ahead of time, so they just knew that your solo queue rank was good, or it was like, hey, you get to college and you try out when you get to college. So I think this is a really cool opportunity for you to get into, I guess, a team scenarios. You kind of work on that, and also you get to basically have a spotlight on you. People can see how you play in a competitive environment. People can see your actual games, can talk to your coaches. So I think it's a very, like, overall just a great thing.
Yeah, the Esports Tower is phenomenal. I think we actually met with David, who's the CEO, over the weekend. He's phenomenal. He was telling me all the different things they do. He said they got colleges involved as well. It is a ton of fun. If you haven't checked them out, check them out at esportstower.com because they also bring us docs, keys to the game in Valorant, focus angles and flank, know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and click heads, presented by Esports Tower. Again, score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And I mean, we saw maybe that third one, improve your performance under pressure, the most. I mean, Maeve almost had a 1v4 clutch. We saw a couple of great plays here overall from these teams, and now we're ready to hop into game number 2 as we get to look around Haven to see who comes out on top and if the Floods can manage to pull off their first championship.
Yep, I think it's getting. I really want to see these teams. 'Cause I don't think we've seen either of these teams on this map, at least at the top of my head.
I don't think so.
I like Haven's a really cool map. I would say this basically almost every time, but you know, the agent selection is going to be probably, I think, you know, not more so standard for each teams. Usually, it's, you know, the difference. Like last game was like one person on each team. I think we'll kind of see more comfort a lot on Haven, just because Haven is a map where you can kind of play almost any agent on effectively. I also just think, you know, attack-wise, people play this map pretty different, so I'd love to see these teams and see how we go.
I'm very curious. I think we saw this last week. I don't remember who it was, or maybe a couple weeks ago. There was a Viper who was just kind of lurking around. And right around A long and down in those tunnels, there's a lot of places for Pryor and Rafa in particular to maybe look for cheeky flanks. It really looks like for the Floods who are attacking first, there will not be a single change in terms of agent usage. As meanwhile for the Drought, we get Deadshot on his Omen. We get Orthodox on his Cypher. Those are maybe their two comforts, and then everything else looks like it'll stay the same. Devin will actually rotate down to the Sky this time, though.
I was going to say, we've basically seen Deadshot and Orthodox mainly on these two agents almost the entire time they've been in Esports Tower. They're both very good on these characters and just, you know, I have a lot of presence. I think Orthodox especially has a lot of cool tripwires and stuff like that. Deadshot usually has some great blinds and stuff like that. So overall, some great teams, you know. I guess the thing is I guess Drought's opting with the not a Sova. They kind of don't. I guess they think the Sky is more valuable in a situation like this, which is fair. So I guess we'll see how they use that. Hopefully some Seekers come with that. But, you know, overall, great.
I've been told the one thing that the Drought really like for the coaches is that most of their team feels like they could play Sky at a decent level, so they don't have to have that. I mean, we've seen for the Floods, they all have their one agent, and that's what they're going to stick on. I like that it seems like the fact for the Drought, now we have Devin on the Sky, so they can kind of mix up their compositions a little bit more throughout the series. Pryor, where's the Pryor lineups?
That one's a standard. I love that one. It always just shows back of sight, stuff like that.
Oh.
Maeve stops God.
No, no!
That was pretty tragic. Descent kind of got hit with someone screaming in comms like, "Hey, Solo, just hit him once. He's one.
Exactly. They're one.
Yep.
Just hit him." It's like, well, no, they're not actually one. And I mean, that was some great moves by Maeve.
Yeah.
The crouching, the side-to-side jiggle. That was phenomenal.
They were schmoovin'.
That's a case on why you should learn to be able to move and shoot. I know they nerfed it recently, but still being able to do stuff like that, you don't live if you just stand still if you're Maeve. Oh, great pick by Pryor, though. Here comes Maeve back in, wanting more blood.
Yeah, so interesting that Flood's kind of going for that B, which is pretty hard to get after, so they've kind of been rotating as well.
They're going to pick on to Maeve, so it is a
they're
3-on-2.
audible now. They said that's not a good idea.
Yeah, the interesting part about Haven is it's going to force the Floods to play a lot more aggressive because unlike Bind, nice headshot from Milky's. Oh, Rafa gets one more.
Oh,
can't
close.
quite finish it.
Didn't get the plant off either, so definitely going to hurt the eco a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a call of cancel the plant because you can maybe win this.
Yeah.
Because it was either get the plant and immediately die or stop the plant and maybe be able to pick up 2 kills, and then you never know. This was fantastic. Look at the crouch. Then we get another shot at it. Moving side to side. That was a great play by Maeve, honestly.
Yep. Holding it down in the garage. Well, I mean, the first round goes to Drought here. It's going to be obviously kind of an econ here from Floods. Maybe they got to go for a B angle and just go for a plant. That'd be a good, obviously, for them, but we'll see how it goes here.
We've got a Marshall coming out. As you said, Marshall against no armor makes you feel just fantastic. Oh, no, we did not. We didn't see that bird.
Oh.
Orthodox gets a spray. Maeve only has a pistol. I think ecoing for the op. So a great pick there from Pebble. And now Deadshot gets to just feel like an absolute gamer.
Ooh.
What do Pebble and God?
Spike, though, yep.
There they
if
do.
They go A and get a plant off, that's actually pretty big for their eco. God is... I didn't even notice they were in there.
God went for the challenge. Oh, nice. Dog. The Sky Utilities had a couple of issues with these walls so far.
The dog spot's hard there because you run out of time a lot with each jump.
Nice shot by Deadshot, and a little bit reverse of what we saw on Bind. I think the Flood won every pistol and every follow-up round on Bind, and this time the Drought, with an insane start, only lose 1, and it was the best player to lose because Maeve didn't buy anything, so it doesn't hurt the bonus.
Could be the difference.
We'll see. Floods have got... I was curious how the Floods would attack on Haven because it's not very big, so they can't sort of hang around mid and hang around one side and teleport around like on Bind. They get kind of forced. You got to make a call. Yeah, there's a way to go B to C, but it's not as easy as some other maps.
Yep. And here we go. So this will be the first full buy for Floods here. Let's see what they play on their actual buy round. They haven't really worked this A too much so far. I think they've kind of had lurkers over there, but they haven't actually like committed through sight at all. But it seems Pryor is doing that right now.
Oh, the dog ends up turning around. I don't know if it'll see anyone. Rafa's dog will not, at least. Do not know if the Drought saw somebody. They're going to full push on to A. There's 2 up in heaven, though they are smoked off at the moment. And there's the plan. What do you got to do when you see a spike here, Red Hots?
You shoot the mollies at the ground. Always shoot the spike.
And these rounds are just insanely fast. It's already down to a 3-on-2.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh.
Oh, it's May with the op in a 1-on-2.
That's what we did think about.
I don't believe she has any health, though. No, she does not. I like the call to make the save.
Yeah, so Pryor has lineups here, so.
Revealing area.
I don't think that was the lineup he was looking for. Maybe it was.
No, this is the recon lineup.
Oh.
Ooh.
And there's
this could be
no
good.
way. If Maeve gets a double exit.
One enemy
No. No. It's a sense like, I'm not
I'm
going
good.
out there.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
yeah.
good. Oh,
Oh, take
my-
the shot.
shoot,
Take
shoot,
the
shoot,
shot.
shoot. Oh, that would have been a headshot, too. That would have got him.
That'd have been hilarious. Of course, they can't see the silhouettes, but
That's when someone hits you with the question mark in
And
all
they're like-
chat of like, what? And you're like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I know that was a little sus, but I just shot through.
end it round. Figured why not.
I would love to. Imagine if you accidentally shoot, too, and you're like, oh.
Oh, you just like get a drink of water, left click. Like, oh, nice.
See, guys, this is why you just take a random shot sometimes in the round.
Well, now the Floods are gonna force a weird half buy, 1 Phantom, 1 Guardian.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a. Hopefully they have enough for next round. I'm guessing. That's why I'd imagine the Guardian coming out.
God's been pretty good with the Guardian.
I
I'll
never
be
knew
honest.
The dog could, I guess, activate that. Would make sense.
Well, unfortunately, Orthodox, dog or not, decides to peek his own tripwire going off. Ooh, whoa. Okay. Great use of the ghost form there. We've seen that time and time again. That is the only real gun, unfortunately, down for the Floods, though. God did pick up that gun and probably just holds, I think.
Yeah.
Enemy down.
Nice job by Pryor.
So Milks definitely was got looking their way.
I feel like you just saved this, right? I mean, you're at 5 HP.
I think if you have enough for next turn, I think you just go for whatever.
Rip the Empress, get the headshot.
I don't know about the Empress part, but.
Yeah, get the heal. Come on.
Ooh. Pryor definitely was looking for that gun, by the way.
30 seconds
God
left.
is getting very aggressive here with the Guardian.
Oh, close that one tap. Oh, the gun's right there.
Pick up the Guardian. Make it work if you're Pryor.
Oh,
Nope,
gosh.
not quite.
Orthodox
Floods.
with the 3K.
Orthodox, I feel, even though again, we've not seen him had a bad game. When he's on the Cypher, it's just different. It's just something different.
Yeah, he has a lot of presence on sites. He kind of holds it down. Because the one thing I will say that Orthodox does a decent amount is he changes up his tripwires a lot. So he'll make it seem like sometimes, the tripwire's always there, but he kind of puts it at different spots sometimes, so you don't really expect it.
Looks like we might get an A. The one problem I think with the Floods, and we saw this a lot on Bind, is when they have success on one site over another, they kind of become like mesmerized with that site.
I also think Floods right now are kind of struggling with committing to a site. I think they're doing a lot of their old style from other maps. So they're trying to rotate a lot, and they're not really committing too much to a site right now. Hey, there's the
There it is.
interaction
You
we
talked
about.
you
Yeah.
talked about that
Yep.
last week, and we get to see it in person.
Oh my gosh.
Not quite
Oh,
what
you
you're
don't got any cover there, dog.
looking for out of the ghost form, for God. They did force Seekers to get ripped, though.
Yeah, that's true. Those are really good Seekers, actually.
They are in an awful spot if the Neural Theft comes out, because they're 2 corpse in easy
They're
line.
going for this.
Nice
See?
rotate. I like the call for the rotate after 2 members get taken out.
Yeah, starting a good
this-
plan. They have Dissipate. Maybe use it.
Yeah, I think you rip Dissipate right now. Rip Dissipate and Seekers. You do not want to be down 4-1.
Okay. We're going to hold on that for now.
Well, now these Seekers will be permanently put to rest.
And now he gets the Cypher ult instead. Got reversed.
And I think we see a
that
nice
one.
trade there for Orthodox. Actually lost Deadshot instead of Pryor's in a great spot,
I don't
trying
think
to
he'd
stop
shoot
the
enough that wall without
defuse.
having high penetration.
And didn't matter anyway, did get eliminated.
If only there was a ability to see where Orthodox was coming from.
If there's someone who is the poster child for just ripping alts that you always are, that we've seen people say all the time, it's Orthodox. I mean, neural theft is like almost on cooldown with him.
And I will say that's a hard thing to do, by the way.
He does such a great job of like, yeah, why not? Like,
Because I mean, I will say Cypher's ult definitely has like, just like the highest like prereq stuff. So, ooh, we love the arcane sheriff. It's a very cool skin. Probably one of the coolest skins in the game.
fortunately, have to wait another year for the next one.
It's okay. You get a little hype from it.
Come on, you can only be so hyped. Season 2's coming, just not in 2022. Like what?
Yeah, it's, I mean, you see how good it was. You know.
That's true. It's December 2021, right? That's what they meant.
Of course.
So we see back on A here. Oh, great orb
Ooh.
from Melky's. Resulted in a double kill for Devin. That is a fantastic slow orb.
Great work together there too.
Yeah, the slow orb's going to go out. Just spray him down.
Did a good job of always
Uh-oh.
having multiple angles. Ooh, does get one.
Orthodox gets one. Pebble gets a headshot there. Or Deadshot is right behind you, though.
Woo.
Oh, no. Never what you want to see when you peek the corner after you get a kill and there's an op in your face.
I think Drought does a good job of that. They always kind of have someone ready to re-peek you. Like you think, oh, wow, they're just, they're peeking one, but then there's always the second one that comes after.
Okay, we've seen some insane sheriff play in the Esports Tower. Look at this. And then,
Yep.
Oh.
They're going for the gun, and then, uh-oh, there's another one.
I can get this gun. I can won't be too clutch.
I mean, 5-1 on the side of Drought. They're kind of stomping so far.
I think this is. I mean, the one thing with their, with our bracket stage, we only play best of ones. This could just be a poor map for the Floods.
Yeah.
We don't know who picked the map order. I do believe they do the standard Valorant, ban pick, etc.
Oh,
nice one there. And the Killjoy ult gets ripped. And, well, I mean, I guess we were a little critical of ults. They're just like, we'll rip all four at the same time.
And that's great. They should be able to get sight pretty comfortably.
They do have the revive for Deadshot's body if they want to use it.
So they have these ults, but they're still down 3-4, actually.
And they all just faded at the same time. Oh, gets caught in the utility, trying to pick the gun back up.
Yeah, really hard spot priorising right there.
All right, Rafa, what lineups you got?
Yeah, the sky lineups.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Just shoot the bomb
Just ping the
lineup.
bomb.
Easy.
Oh, good try.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's as simple as just shoot the bomb. Let Devin get the last tick so Seekers come online.
I think Floods have to eco after this. I think they've been kind of getting the short end of the stick for ecos here. They can't really get another round. They just need to win, basically that 1-2 in a row there to kind of get things going with people alive, of course.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much in that. They're hard stuck in the. They're hard stuck in the eco, not eco, eco, not eco.
The Matrix, and we're back. All right.
Oh, they got a half buy?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've lost so many rounds at this point that they obviously have the eco from the losing consecutively. So
yeah. So they at least get Spectres and Stingers.
Dark here, they're going to see, I think, the back here.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh, that works.
Oh.
That's a trade you take, though, because the op's off the floor.
Oh. HP Rafa.
Oh, my goodness. B has just become a war. How is Rafa still alive?
Player standing.
Oh, they got 1 HP.
Oh,
Dead shot. Great job there. That was a really fast round. And honestly, there was a lot of going on there.
I mean, it started with God's like, I'm just going to go through the cage and the tripwire and just spray down Maeve. And after that, it just did not stop.
Yep.
I don't know how Rafa lived there. Did Descent body block all of the bullets? I think that actually happened.
Might have, yeah.
I think Descent just took, I'll take a bullet for you. Saving Private Raj. Just, all right. I mean, every ult's up for the Drought. They really haven't needed them. We do get a timeout, though, from Pryor. So I like that play by the Floods. Take the timeout.
Absolutely.
Say, hey, what can we do to improve? Because, I mean, I don't know if it's mental fatigue from playing 28 rounds. I don't know if maybe Haven's just not their map, and this is a great map by the Drought. But, man, this has been a completely different game than we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, so far they've just been playing super, like, aggressive. Even Drought on the side of defense is always kind of playing multiple people these angles. It seems like they're kind of always there whenever Floods are trying to do, though. No matter what, they've always got kind of 2 people in the lineups, or some people are, like, you know, peeking with them. So it's been really hard to kind of take over a site without not getting everything.
Right, the dog didn't trigger the tripwire that time.
Yeah, it must have been a little high. I think Orthodox, that's why if you saw the round before this, when they were placing the trip down, they actually took it back and placed it higher. So they actually knew the dog height. So that's very smart if that's what they were doing.
That is, yeah, if they were able to. All right.
Ooh.
We'll go from that to some great head shooting there from God. And the revive, so unfortunately God just all that for nothing.
Yep.
They get Devin back. Oh, nice. Orthodox is just phenomenal. And look at that. Rips the neural theft immediately. Somehow Rafa still gets the pick, but
Ooh.
it's all
a blind from Rafa. Nice flash.
Oh,
That's a great shot.
maybe you rip Seekers here.
Oh.
Maybe you rip Seekers
Yeah, I'll say
here.
Deadshot just was slowly making their way around because they knew that, you know.
Especially
Rafa
after the
didn't
pick.
see him.
Yeah, after the pick from Melky's. You can't get a kill on someone then plant in the same spot. You probably got to play a little ring around the rosy there.
Yep, and the Deadshot did it great. I mean, that was a great round for them to win right there.
This time it's the...
Well, how this is going, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for Flood to kind of come back. Look at this. They have 3 light armors this round with another kind of weird sporadic buy.
Yeah, Guardian, a Marshal, a Spectre.
Just trying to make something happen, but it's just... Droud's just playing this defense very well and coordinated.
I mean, they do have Empress Seekers the Floods can rip. Potentially gets them around here. They don't really have much else. Ooh, gets the blind audible cue. Devin knows they're there. Ends up running away. God's trying to get a peek on that A side right next to the ult orb. Just rip him. Hit the X button, please. Rafa, we need it.
Yes, it's kind of hard with God there on the side of the Guardian, but...
Dog does come out.
They're kind of waiting to see what they're going to, you know, what the Drought's going to do here. And I think that's kind of the problem because the Drought are just very content with just sitting there.
The Flood are basically kind of playing like play around a pick and then we'll go from there. There are the Seekers. Unfortunately, it is from the Drought. They do get at least 2 of them burned down rather quickly here.
They're kind of split up here, so I don't know if they're going to try to end up just going for this A or...
Rafa does have the bomb.
So they have 30 seconds left. Not one kill has been...
They haven't even done that much damage. Looks
okay,
like
they're going to go for the C, but...
I don't know if they make it to C in time.
I think they do, but the thing is, if they meet any resistance, it's going to be very hard.
Pryor's the first one on to site, gets through the Cypher cage. Pebble does get eliminated, though. Melky's coming right through the Astra
running
smoke.
and gunning headshot, got it.
They're just trying to get the plant as Descent gets a triple kill.
And just like that, it's a 2v2. I don't know how.
Descent is having the round of their lives. Get the ace! Oh, Melky's denies it one-on-one. Both of them in the red.
Oh my gosh, I thought they knew Rafa was there, but I guess they didn't see the circle.
I think they also might have had the Odin.
Wow, that was a crazy round. I was like, oh man, like I think Droughts really have the advantage here because I thought like everyone from Flood was just dropping, but I guess not.
I thought Melky's might have seen him.
I did too, but it seemed like they didn't maybe, or they got gun baited.
I think they just picked up a different gun.
Yeah.
So they were caught in the animation of swapping guns. Don't know if it was ammo or what.
On the floor, it always gets them.
Hey, maybe sometimes you're low on ammo, you don't want to reload. That's a good round for the Floods. I have no idea how that worked.
Yep, knives coming out.
I like the knives here from Maeve. Don't know if she ended up rebuying the op. She did get eliminated last round.
So the knives are for this round. For the next round, Eco. Ooh, they're going to kind of meet up at C long here, though.
Oh, between Pebble and Maeve.
Lots of game. Just hard stopped.
Now peeks, and there's the headshot with the knives. Now Descent's going to come over. But the Floods are just so split up. I mean, you've got... That's the bomb, by the way. Descent is in his own spawn with Spike.
Yep.
So, Gratz, you've taken A, but you don't have Spike with you. Descent does get a kill onto Maeve, but unfortunately Spike is down. Yeah, and you hear that. This attacker spawn. Not quite where you want the Spike to be dead.
Yeah, these rounds, I mean, sometimes they're just going so slow, and other times they're just going quick, but I guess Orthodox is setting up in their spawn.
They might
with
get a
the Spike.
sandwich onto Orthodox here. I don't know how much Pryor and...
Orthodox is just sitting in spawn, though, I think was the hard part.
I don't know how much Pryor and God are communicating, but they should be able to get an easy flank here onto Orthodox. God's going to check. Melky's
Nice.
unfortunately looking the wrong way. God with the 4-piece.
Yep. And that's what they need right now. They need someone kind of to pop off and take the lead on the Floods. They need someone to be winning these gunfights. They need someone to be kind of entering, and I think God did a great job of that round.
It's a fantastic effort by God. I'm curious, did Pryor... Because Pryor kind of ran away here, which is interesting. They didn't... so Pryor just picked up the Spike, and I think his plan was pick up the Spike and run.
Yeah.
And we will
There
look
we
like we
go.
get a defender's... Very rarely do you go up 8-1, lose 2 rounds, and like, hey, we need a timeout.
I mean, I think it's a good idea, though. I mean, they're like, hey, well, I think the best thing is if we can kind of win this round cleanly and get it going again, because
Yeah.
I think this is an important half for them, and I think if they can start the second half and get that last win, it's a very good advantage for going to that third game momentum-wise. So
Yeah.
I think it's smart. They obviously, I think maybe having a couple communication issues, something like that happened, and so if they go 9-3, I think it's a really good thing for them. But obviously, if it's 8-4 Floods, I think that's a great job for how you started.
Let's see what the Floods can do. Oh, Maeve with the great pick. The Seekers do come out, but it might be too little too late. Rafa walks through the triple.
Every time, and it's so funny because it works.
Just in a panic because, I mean, he basically just watched his whole team die in front of him.
True.
Wow. The Drought just basically just killed him out of spawn.
Yeah.
That was an aggressive play. I love that out of the timeout.
I think that's what they probably were talking about in the timeout.
They're like, hey, I mean, we're 8-4 isn't bad, but what if we just right out of spawn just rip it? And then why not? All right, 9-3 at the half. The Drought have at least taken command early on here. We'll see how the Floods can do defending, which I think, again, feels like their stronger side.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the thing is, those Drought's been playing pretty well here on the aggression, so I guess we'll have to see what they end up doing. If they do go B here with their lining up, I hope they do like a B to A. I think playing B is very hard in first round because defending post plan is actually very hard from literally 3 different angles. So, yeah.
And they have, it looks like, 2 on A, 1 on C. Got Garage there for Pryor. And then Descent's chilling at B by himself.
They see them, but they're just going straight through.
They're just holding it
Yeah,
down.
that's what I'm saying. They're going that B to A. I like this play a lot.
Yeah, they get everybody off. Descent does get a double kill and Spike, unfortunately, which makes B to A a bit harder. So everyone's got to come back now. Orthodox can't quite get the kill. It's all up to Devin.
Oh, that right click was woo.
Everything was great until Descent sprays a double kill and kills Spike.
Yeah, I definitely think that was kind of a thing where miscommunication, people stopped when they shouldn't have, and
Yeah.
you know, people had the bomb and didn't. That's one thing that I will say that it usually kind of actually does feel very dismotivating is when you guys are talking about something and you do need everyone to do the same thing, and then kind of some people stop. So I mean, it kind of happens. It's probably miscommunication or something like that, but. Because the 3 on the same page kind of just went straight through there. And it would have been a great take for A. They only had, I think they had 1 person there.
They actually, I think both players on A had rotated off on a flank. So A was free. Now we'll see what they could do. The pistol rounds have been the Flood's thing. They've won 3 of the 4. And now we get the Marshall on C long, which makes getting that alt orb a lot harder as they're going to jump peek. Pebble not fooled by it, though. Maybe buying time for Pryor to sneak up.
Deadshot's flanking.
Unfortunately, Roth is also trying for flank. Roth is going to run right into Maeve and Orthodox. Gets the first one. Did not get the blind onto Orthodox. Second Hawk will get it.
Ooh.
Nice spray from Rafa there. They love their flanks defending to the Floods. This Deadshot's forced to run away there.
There's someone in spawn, though, flanking.
Your Pryor looked into spawn and then kind of got distracted. Just wanted to get
Gets
dead
there,
shot.
that one, though.
And now they have to go A long as 2. Try and hopefully get a post or a plant down, get some extra credits. Rafa's holding right there, though.
Nah, Rafa going crazy with the Spectre this round. Nice 4K.
Floods have had some great individual rounds.
Yep.
Little flank happy for me because I feel like a lot of their plays are really dependent on someone getting a huge flank like Rafa and Pryor ended up getting there.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. And now we kind of have a half buy going on here. This side of Floods. I mean, they're kind of coming back from this though.
Those should be the bonus for the Floods, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, that would be the bonus.
So, and they didn't lose anyone. First time in a while we haven't lost anyone going into the bonus.
Yeah, and that's huge for them right now. They need all the momentum they can get. If they can win this round, this would be a huge kind of sway from Floods, as Drought would have no eco after that.
Oh, Pryor.
Oh, nice.
Getting 2 through the smoke. Pryor trying to will his team back in this one. Looks like no, they're still chilling on C. Not quite sure what the plan is here. Cypher cage goes down, and that's just to create space so they can run away. But unfortunately, there's 3 members of the Flood around the corner waiting for your spawn. There's the first. There's the second from Rafa, and do we have one more? There it is.
Nice, just like that.
Phenomenal
9-6,
play.
that's a huge round for Floods.
Floods defending are just a different beast.
Yeah, I agree. I would say Haven's definitely not their best map in terms of how it works for their attack kind of strategy, I would say. And they're bringing it back, though, 9-6. And Drought bought that round, so that's going to be a huge disadvantage here. We're going to have a save round again from Drought here. And if Floods can win this next round, that's going to be a 9-7 and just counting.
I think the one thing that the Drought need to start doing is they need to start splitting. They need to go like a 1-3-1. Because the problem is they're all committing to a site, and as soon as the Floods make that call, hey, they're all B, whoever's on C is going to push out. That's a huge arrow, but unfortunately the frenzy headshot from Orthodox ends up getting the job done.
Nice, got a heal up too as well. Let's see if they can go to site here.
So they're going to go couple A, couple C. We get a 1 for a couple B, I mean. 1 trade there, 1 for 1. Spike gets planted by Melkies as Maeve gets another elimination.
2v4 now.
Oh, gets shot in the back from Rafa, but it's a 1v3.
Oh, Seekers, 1v3, okay.
Probably knows it's a save round. Seekers, I think, hit 1.
Oh, good try.
That shot wins that one, and just like that, Drought able to shut down that losing streak, get back in command here.
Yep, 10-6 now.
They should get a full buy.
And they get some weapons from that, which is also huge.
Yeah, they save some cash. Everybody gets an upgrade. Though I think the Floods, even though they lost, can still match that. We even get an op from Pryor. First op I think we've seen for the Floods.
Yeah, I believe so, of them buying one, yeah. I don't think they've even been picking it up when they've gotten Maeve.
No, I don't think the Floods are a big opping team from what we saw last week.
Saw some Odins, so.
And we saw a ton of Odins. We'll see how long Pryor holds on to that op. Was a big fan of the Odin last round. You can hear it going off, though.
The dog, that sucks. Not only does it hit your tripwire, but it also does concuss you. Oh, that one didn't do any damage to him, which was interesting.
No, it did not. It just concussed him, and
usually does like shield damage or something. I think it does 30 damage.
That's what I thought as well. I don't know, maybe yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I would assume some kind of tripwire thing was at play there. Is Devin, unfortunately, gets the pick on the Pryor.
Honestly, Rafa's been doing a great job on this defense here. It's holding his angles very well.
Oh, we get an op for Devin now, who eliminated Pryor. It's a 4v3. They get the plant down for free. Orthodox is going to catch, I think, Rafa in rotation here. As soon as Rafa hears that spike down. The Hawk misses too.
Oh.
Ghost almost won that one, but Deadshot will help out his teammate. It's not all up to Descent, who's had a couple of moments like this. Oh, out Killjoy ult. It is going to be kind of hard. That's a great freezing orb. Does fade. Going to have to push through the Omen smoke.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for this.
I think you just save.
Yeah.
Yep, put the turret down. Run away.
Got the blind.
And Drought will go up 11-6. I don't know if the Floods can buy this round.
I think so.
Do you buy though? Because if you lose this next round, then you have to eco a match point.
I think, yeah, always.
Well, there's the Odin.
I think if you have a full buy, you should just buy anyways.
I don't know if Rafa. Yeah, Rafa has to go Spectre light armor.
Hey,
So
Rafa's been doing a fantastic job with that Spectre, so I think it's actually fine for them to just use that Spectre right now.
yeah, everyone else gets a full buy except for Rafa, who has to go light armor. But 16 and 14.
All right, well, it's either going to be the turning the tides right now, or we're going to see a at least a minimum of overtime.
Devin racing in with the dog. Did not. Oh, never mind. Did see Pebble there. I was going to say, I didn't know if they saw him or not. And Deadshot will use that concuss to pick up 1, pick up 2. Great headshots in Garage. I like this play from Orthodox. He's watching the flank from A. I don't think there'll be a flank, though, as Maeve gets another elimination up in the air. God's going to come from A. Empress gets popped. Gets hit by a blind, though. And just too many people shooting at you. All right, Pryor, what can you do? 1v5.
Win it.
Hunter's Fury would be great if you could rip it here, but he's got an Odin instead.
He's been really rocking that Odin lately.
Yeah, he's been performing great on that Odin. I just don't know if the Odin's the 1v5 gun of choice.
It could be. Oh.
Oh.
Nice. Stops just in time. Orthodox knows you're in that little corner there, though.
The rest of them are going to surround him.
Ooh.
Oh, he gets 1. Now you rip Hunter's Fury and you just get the 4K.
Oh, gets 2.
Gets a second. It finally does die to Devin, but
That's pretty good taking 2, though.
match point here.
Match point.
Yeah, they're going to have a very bad buy for a set of Floods, so unless they can make something kind of crazy happen with this eco.
Like-
Actually, maybe not.
Guardian, not bad.
Not
Better
bad.
than I expected.
Yeah.
No armor, though, on Pebble and Rafa. Or no, never mind. Pebble did get it. Rafa will not have any armor, unfortunately. And Descent has to go light armor. Not bad. Could be a lot better.
Yep.
Ooh, they actually changing things
Accidentally
around there.
flashed himself a little bit, but that's okay.
They can get the audible Q. That'd be fun. Blinded. Oh, yeah. There's the pick onto the dog. Tripwire's going to stop Rafa and God from at least trying to sneak around.
Ooh, that has a good kind of mid-open area flanker, but not.
Descent's in Garage,
Yep.
but I don't think he knows he's up there. I mean, we got God hanging out on A long right next to the Alt Orb. Flood basically going to force the Drought to come to them. Oh, this is going to... God, you've got to get a pick here.
Yeah, this is huge if you do.
They
Ooh,
know that he's
does get
there. Yeah.
flashed.
And the
we go.
neural theft.
This is his 3rd narrow theft of the game, by the way.
Phenomenal job by Orthodox using these.
They're going to take the information, they're going to go A. Because they know that no one is over there. Or C, sorry.
Well, I think they faked A with the kill, and everyone got forced over to A.
Yeah, the narrow theft is what gave them the information to know they're going to C, though.
Yep. And they've got Deadshot basically anchoring C site. No one's going to get through unless except through the Garage. There's the plan. And the Drought now looking like they might be able to pull this off and force it to a game 3. There's a judge kill for Pryor, though, so there's a 4v4. Does have the Hunter's Fury he could potentially rip. Probably just got a YOLO it at this point.
Yep, Seeker's coming out. Ooh, nice peek with it. Pyre does trade.
Oh, Pryor gets caught in the animation. Descent will go down. Melkis will get the revive just for fun. And we are going to a map number 3 here between the Drought and the Flood. And I've been told the Drought got to get their best map for map number 3. Before we get to that, though, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Pretty dominant round there by the Drought. I thought the Floods had a great job trying to come back there a little bit, but maybe leaning Drought here going into map 3 because we are going to Icebox, and that apparently is right next to Bind, one of the Drought's better maps.
I mean, I think this is going to be a toss-up, right? I mean, last round we saw them do pretty well, and I think, kind of based on what it is, it just seems like whoever can kind of get that early dice rolling, like in the first half. I think these teams are both big first halfers. I know it was very close in the first map on Bind there, but I think, you know, it kind of set something up for the last round. I think also depends on kind of where Floods start at.
Yeah.
I think Floods kind of starting on the attack there. And if they can't get something kind of going, it kind of definitely kind of translated there. You could tell that, you know, it wasn't nearly going their way.
I'm concerned for the Flood that the Drought are going to figure out the defending strat, though, right? Because their defending strat was really strong when they could get flankers. As soon as Orthodox stood back, got a couple tripwires out, they really didn't get any more rounds defending. We will see. We'll take a quick break. Droughts have tied it up on Haven. We're heading to Icebox to crown our Week 6 champion. Who's it going to be, Drought or Flood? We'll find out right after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back into this broadcast, the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and it is game number 3 here in our Week 6 Grand Finals. Drought and Flood tied at 1 aside, and we head to Icebox to crown this week's champion. Red Hots, we've seen a very, very close bind game. A little bit more one-sided there on Haven, but I thought the Flood had a couple of great rounds, especially coming out of some timeouts there. I've been told the Drought claim Icebox is their strongest map. We'll see if they can get it done here and be the second 2-time winner, the first one of the fall, though, to pick up 2 championships.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a very big map. I mean, saw a pretty interesting Haven, I guess, for the most part. And so that was pretty much a one-sided map. But I think after recovering, you know, obviously, you know, you can beat these guys because the first map you won. So I think it's honestly a great setup for Game 3 that we'd love to see.
I haven't had too many Game 3 in the Grand Finals, but a lot of these series have been phenomenal. We'll see if we get one more here today as we take a look at Icebox. And I'm very curious, though, my only concern for the Flood. Attacking, we know they maybe win 5 rounds, 3-4 rounds. They're going to be happy.
Yeah.
But if they're defending strategy, if the Drought, I don't know if you can really run Cypher on Icebox. It'd be kind of risky. But if you can have somebody predict the flank, the Flood's defense will also just kind of crumble because that's where they make their money, is Rafa usually rotating around looking for a huge flank.
Yeah, I think, honestly, agents also in this map can be pretty interesting. I think this map also kind of benefits sometimes of just forcing a site. I think Icebox, sometimes you can kind of rotate out if you like hard stack that A site, for example. But I think you can also just get the advantage if you all go 5 and A, because there's so many different angles in this map for how you play, you know, the verticalness of this map. So it really just comes down to how you use that utility and also how you tack together.
Well, before we get into game number 3, it is time for Doc's Keys to the Game. Final time this week in our Valorant Rumble. Those are focus, angles, and flank. Know your win condition, count cards and call abilities, and of course, click heads. It's all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Well, the Droughts bounced back in a big way on Haven, forced us to a game 3. Both teams look pretty strong. One chance left to prove who this week's champion is going to be. And we see here we're going to get, finally, some agent swap-ups for our Floods, who are once again attacking first.
Yeah, we're going to see the Rays on this map. Still going with the one duelist, but I think that's kind of how Flood play this style anyways. Not surprised there, but we are going to see the double duelist on the side of the Droughts.
I really am scared of this Droughts comp. I mean, we know what Maeve can do. She's been pretty phenomenal today on the Jet. Hasn't had too many pop-up moments. Have been very solid. If Maeve and Deadshot get going on the double duelist, it might just be over from the start.
I also think that's kind of the move for this map in general, for like especially what they do, right? I mean, Viper can hold stuff pretty well on their own. She also is a really good offensive agent on this map because the wall is actually just so beneficial because there's a lot of open area on this map and you can cut off a lot, especially for B side on its own. The two agents. I also really like Orthodox playing the Sky. I think it's not really a good Cypher map. Astra can be used in this map, but I think it's actually better to just hit it with like the Sage, you know, Viper as more of your defense, and then kind of have your Sky as that last kind of initiator kind of look.
I'm excited to see Pryor on the Rays. We haven't seen too much Rays in the Esports Tower. I'm excited to see what Pryor, who's mainly been on Sova, haven't seen him on too much else, is going to do. And I'm curious this God Sage pick, right? We know God wants to get aggressive. You can't always do that on Sage, as God gets a great headshot, wins that battle across the map against Maeve, and gets some healing as well.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to note out is neither team are running Sova on this map. And I mean, obviously you can get a lot of good recons here, but it seems like both just kind of figured that it wasn't worth the extra agent. And so far, it's going guns blazing this pistol round.
Descent. Gets a couple, does get shot. We get another trade, 1v1. It's Devin and Pebble. And I think this should favor Pebble.
Yeah,
No, it's Devin who gets it.
Devin read Pebble right there.
I think the other thing that we talked about this so much for the Floods on Bind, Pebble just got too aggressive. He could have just held the spot because Devin doesn't have, you know, the Viper Cloud to be able to just stand in and defuse. Could have got a little more patient there if you were Pebble.
Well, I do think the twin bites there did actually stop him from going that way, though, from the right side. I think that was the wall bounce. But I think that obviously Devin knew exactly what they were going to do. So that was a great job by Devin there for that retake.
Well, Drought win the pistol round. We'll see if they're able to pick up a second win. Looks like a couple Spectre. 3 Spectres, a Marshall, and obviously Maeve holding for the op.
Yep.
Pretty much expected. Maybe we'll at least grab a Sheriff here to be able to do some damage. Oh, dead shot with the Marshall off spawn. God?
Did they get it? If they got the ult orb, that's fine, honestly. That's not that bad.
We'll have to see.
Wow, item starts that didn't flash.
Now the Floods kind of in a tough spot. They're already forced to eco on pistols this round. Uh-oh. Pebble takes 55. I think they did get some healing, though. Melky gets an elimination. So does Orthodox. It's all up to Pryor.
And, yeah, you're just getting circled there.
Yeah, you're just flawless there.
Yeah, I mean, not too, you know, surprised for that one. But
No. You would have liked to pick for the bonus, but that's okay. Now the Floods get their first full buy of game number 3. Got to be feeling pretty confident about this one.
Yep, but it's going to be a full buy here from Floods, and I'm not going to lie, we're going to need, I think this game, in order for Floods to kind of get, since they are on the attacker side, I think they're going to have to get aggressive on this map to actually kind of make use of what they're doing on their comp-wise, or even just playing their post-plant because they're a really good post-plant team. The problem is them getting to that site to plant in the first place, though.
You want to know another problem here for the Flood? Oh, nice slow orb. The coaches have told us the Drought spent an entire week only practicing Icebox.
Well, there you go.
So they apparently have a lot of strategies. We'll see if that week of practice pays off as Pebble's trying to run some distraction and interference over on A. Everybody else, of course, is on B. So Roomba's going to go out there. No picks so far. Milky's gets the first one. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Descent, you just got plant.
Yeah, just cancel the plant.
Plant for the credits. Yeah, you got to get that plant off there. And unfortunately, Pebble
I see what they're trying to do, but I really just think you just got to play for the plant money.
Well, because we saw that a lot on Haven, where it was just eco buy, eco buy, eco buy. I think you just got to opt for it. It doesn't look like, I don't know if it's worth to be the only person who half buys there prior. They're debating, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't force here by any means unless you can really get enough for next round, but I don't think having 600 is going to be enough, so.
Looks like they end up still settling on Sheriffs, one Stinger, and a Spectre.
I think they end up going with Eco, so that works out.
Oh.
And a great pick right off the bat. That's a great spot for Jet. It's really hard for them to actually punish.
Maeve has the op, and Maeve is ready to go.
Ooh, does miss that one.
Scent does get concussed there, though. Pebble will be eliminated by Deadshot. Nice double peek. Orthodox and Deadshot just basically team shooting at this point.
Yeah, Drought's having a great job with his angles. Prior's doing the exact same thing they did last round, so they're going to know exactly where they are.
Another flawless, and I think the Drought really want that championship because they have come out on fire on Icebox.
Yep, I mean, now we're going to have a full, we should have a full buy here from Floods. If they can't full buy, there's some serious problems going on overall, how you're ecoing, but it looks like they can all buy here, so. They're going to need, like I said, this is going to be a very hard map for them to attack on because it's not really how they've been playing the style. You really got to make decisions pretty fast in this map. You can't take too much time just because you can kind of hold sites pretty harshly, especially that Viper. I think this is when the Drought Viper is doing a really good job because they're just going to play on B every round. They have their pit over there. Unless you push them hard, you're not making it through there.
Well, Empress gets immediately popped by Deadshots, gets one elimination onto God. Bombot's going to go out, but Descent gets a great pick. That's a worthy trade.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good pick.
Especially with God not being able to have the ult available this round. A pick onto anyone else is basically pointless, so great job there. And now they're kind of just stuck. The Flood are in their spawn and in mid. They can't challenge through tube and through mid because there's an opper. Yep.
Some great peeks, too. Not going too crazy one side.
They do try and smoke off Orthodox on A site. Oh, no, Prior dodges the blind just in time. And Descent will get the plant down this time. Nice challenge by Melkis. Gets one. Walks right into the second, though.
Yep. It seems like Maeve's going to hold this angle here since they are kind of down one. I'd be interested to go for the retake. And it looks like there's Devin saying, I can do it one more time. I don't think they're going to Viper's Pit here.
I was going to say, what do you Viper's Pit? As we see, unfortunately, the Sheriff from Maeve can't get it done. Now you probably really don't Viper's Pit.
I think if they were higher HP, maybe. Oh, my gosh. I'm surprised they didn't do damage. Did they change that?
They might have changed that.
That's the only thing I can think of is if, I mean, I could be, obviously. People are like, they changed it a while ago. It must have been like a recent patch or something.
That's a great pickup for the Floods there. They win that round. They've got triple alts. I think they denied the op as well. They did at least flirt with picking it up. I don't know if
they got it.
They did get it. Pebble. We haven't even seen any of them op, so it's impossible for me to know, like, I mean, is that in the right hands?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, though, aside of at least Floods, is they don't have a Jet player.
Yeah, they do not.
They don't run Jet. So I think the biggest thing is, yeah, op is, I mean, op's not too bad. It's just really hard offensively.
Especially when you don't have mobility like the Jet does.
Because the biggest thing here, right, is Devin doesn't give you an inch for B to be able to peek that, like that, exactly what they do. They wall there. It's just the Viper has a lot of value on this map.
I love Vipers on Icebox. Yeah. I think it is her strongest map. I mean, yeah, other maps you can have some cheeky Viper lineups that can kind of substitute for a Sova on bombs, but I think Viper is like required to win on Icebox. Oh, that's a great job by Deadshot and a great ghost form.
That was a fantastic flash, by the way. It lets Deadshot get away there.
Deadshot wants to re-challenge this too. Lear's gonna go out.
Whew. Pebble from downtown.
Pebble's forced to be opping from spawn.
Ooh.
God gets the win, gets some healing. Surprised they didn't want to revive Rafa. It looks like they'll just slow play this. There it is. Nice wall to get the revive off. Unfortunately, Orthodox ate
nice
through
shot.
it, but God with a huge clutch. Unfortunately, Rafa and God will die immediately after.
30 seconds left.
I wonder if now we get the revive from Melky's. I think they were looking for it. Descent predicts that. Ooh, great win by Devin. A triple kill for Devin this round. It's all up to Descent. Here we go, 1v1. Who you got, Descent or Maeve?
I guess we'll see indeed.
They're both full life. They both, I think both running Vandals as well. Oh, Maeve's got the high ground in. Never
Nice
mind. Great shot on the ropes for Descent there.
Mm-hmm. So it seems like we're going to have a 4-2. Honestly, Flood's bringing it back so far. It was like a 4-0, I believe, at one point.
Yeah.
So they're kind of bringing it back here and doing a great job overall. I think they're getting some picks. They're kind of letting things are kind of flowing a little more. The one thing I will say, though, is this is kind of a, I think, variable of Drought are actually pushing out a little too aggressively. And I think that's literally one of the biggest things that Flood's attack kind of revolves around being successful. And I think that's the biggest thing is they can get up 4-0, but I think Droughts are getting a little too comfortable with where they're at, and I think it's kind of showing on, Flood's finally getting to be able to punish them for it. Ooh.
Ooh, great pick from God. They have been phenomenal, making a double on A.
God kind of doing that scream. They know him for his taps.
Oh, God might even get a triple here. They're going to peek right on.
Wow.
Oh, I think they got a little bit. I don't think they predicted Deadshot to turn around there.
Deadshot was concussed there, by the way.
Deadshot now has a triple kill of his own. Descent will put a shutdown to that. It's 2-2. Pebble gets flanked.
They do have ult here. I think they're going to yep,
Yeah,
nice.
Just rip the Killjoy all.
Reading my mind. But you gotta kind of defend your ult though, or else they're just gonna
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they might. They're going to. You killed. Milky's just detained.
What? No way.
No. I mean, I don't think it matters, but
Okay.
Descent is, I was like, how did you not see that? I don't know if Descent gets out in time, though.
Oh, yeah, they did, I think. Yeah.
Ooh, just barely.
That was pretty funny, though.
It ends up working out. That was scary. I was like, I thought they had the knife. I was like, okay, like, I get it. They're detained. Go knife them. Ha ha. Like, I see you.
Yeah.
Never mind. Look at that. 3 straight in a row for the Floods. A little bit of a comeback here.
Mm-hmm. And, hey, thought Droughts were kind of taking it so far, but, Floods are bringing it back.
And now, look, I mean, you look at both teams have a lot of ults. You both got Seekers. You've got the Showstopper that can come out here from Pryor, especially if he knows his Blast Pack lineups. He should be able to get an absolute
Pit happening at B, so
Yeah,
they're getting through there.
They are not making it through B at all. There's the Seekers coming out from the Drought. Rafa did get concussed, it looked like, from a Seeker. But they are going to live.
Yeah, they're slowly getting there, but I don't think Pryor sees Maeve here.
1-for-1 trade. There it is.
Oh.
They're trying.
That works.
There.
That works.
Doesn't look pretty, but at least you get a kill. We do hear was that Empress Pop?
Yeah.
Yes, it was Empress Pop for the Drought and Deadshot.
Rafa's just been literally sitting in this tube the entire time, and it's pretty funny. They're going to have a flank on him.
You're going to have a...
There is no one on A, though, so they can get to A's site. I think that's kind of, yep, and it looks like they're going to get all the way to A's site. Rafa can have a huge flank here.
They're hunting Rafa. You've got to win this 1v1 versus Orthodox, who's not even looking your direction right now.
I think they're just trying to knock it on the...
Oh.
There it is, barely. Deadshot does have the Empress, I think, still rolling. Probably going to peek that. Oh, no.
They got it off.
No, did get the Seekers off, yeah, as you said, which is huge. But Descent's not going to see any of them, unfortunately.
Oh.
Descent's
Deadshot, you just got to...
10 seconds.
Nice fake. Oh. You just got to play time. That is a perfect play from Deadshot.
Yeah.
I think you can't even get the plant off even if you win that.
They could. They had like it was like 5.5 seconds, give or take. And so if they would have got him at the same time as that, I think they would have had it, but obviously it would have been close.
So this is a great fake from Deadshot, knowing like you can't plant. I have all the power in this play.
Yeah, it would have been really close for them to get.
You like kill and just spam the plant button. But a great job there. Drought kind of snapped that losing streak.
Yep, kind of bringing it back and making sure that, hey, we don't want to give too much leeway. Both teams have timeouts still, so. I will say, so far, Pryor has not shown too much promise in the Rays comparatively to having that Sova utility.
Yeah.
Hopefully to get proved wrong, but so far it has not been, I guess, too impactful in the game so far.
Got a Marshall for God and for Pebble. Wow, even after that 3-round winning streak, the Floods are still forced to eco this round.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, I think that's you're right. They must have spent a lot of utility and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
they also haven't they haven't going a lot of numbers down on their wins.
That's true. Yeah,
it's been a lot of one alive scenarios and stuff like that. So costs a lot of money.
everybody basically playing this slow. I mean, you see the Viper just chilling on B. Everybody else kind of around A. Flash does land onto Pebble. But the Drought are playing this smart. They get Rafa in mid, who is looking for a flank. Deadshot picks up Pryor as well, who was right behind him. And as soon as that happens, the floodgates open. Pebble getting run down here. Deadshot going to use that Lear there.
One enemy remaining.
Don't know if they saw him, but they know exactly where he
Down
is.
A. 30 seconds left.
There it is, flawless for the Drought. I think they're third of this round or this map on Icebox, and maybe that's the start of another winning streak. But I like what the Drought have been doing. They're winning a lot more comfortably than the Floods are.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I think the biggest thing here, though, is they got a bye round from Floods. Floods are going to need this round pretty. I think this is going to be a big round for them.
Yep.
They lose this one, it might just be a pretty hard next 2 rounds. Even if, you don't necessarily have to lose next rounds because of eco, but it's going to be really hard for them to come back for that one.
They do have the Astro Wall is going to go down immediately, basically cutting A in half for the most part. Looks like Maeve will push up through the wall. Grenade will go out. Pryor's going to try and jump through the Astro Wall. That did not work like he planned, I don't think, though Descent does get one with a molly. It's a very odd Astro Wall. It does fade. Oh, no.
That was a fantastic crossfire. That's the one thing I will say Drought have on this map. Their crossfires on this map have been really hard to deal with.
The Drought have had great crossfire, I feel like, on every map
Yeah,
tonight.
that's true. Yeah, Drought. I think Drought's one of their biggest, if not their biggest strength, is their cross map stuff or crossfire stuff. They always kind of have 2 peeking an angle or different angles at the same time, which is really hard to deal with if you're not committing, certain utility and numbers to things.
Well, will be a full eco from the Floods outside of God. Will kind of force a half buy here with the Guardian, but they've been phenomenal with it. This is just so hard.
Which is really hard. Because the thing is they got 2 people holding mid almost at all times with Deadshot and stuff, and they just have the Viper over here, so it's been really hard to kind of hold.
Viper Wall will once again go up. Pebble
Doing
taking
an insane amount of damage.
and even gets a kill onto God as well. The rest of them are all stuck behind this crate.
Yeah.
Devin will get a triple. Deadshot will add one more. And unfortunately, Pryor, you're not long for this world.
Oh,
gets mid-wall. Kind of stuck here, though.
That's
unfortunate. Maeve trying to go airborne. Yeah, gets the elimination. The
Great
wall
shots,
ended up
though.
working out,
Yeah.
but Deadshot is 21-4. Excuse me.
Yeah, Deadshot's been going crazy this map.
What?
The thing about Deadshot right now is he's playing Arena mid, and so basically no matter what, he's been a part of the the madness, and they've been having really good, great aim and stuff for that mid. Like they have not opened up mid once. Deadshot's been finding all the picks there. They've been playing aggressive there, and they have both rotates, so it's been really hard to deal with. I'm gonna be honest, and this is the kind of thing that's with Floods is, with that raise, I think it's fine. But the thing that Raze really hasn't been doing that well of a job is creating space. I think there's a lot of times where Raze is the last one alive in certain scenarios, and this is a good. I think this is a good start. Maybe my words, which is good.
They try and go mid. Pryor ends up going down to Melky's, unfortunately. They'll try and take mid tube, which has been an adventure for Rafa and company. Deadshot is right there, though, looking to pick up kills. Gets one. Unfortunately, the thing holding him back is the rest of the team. I'm not even sure where that Killjoy ult was for.
Might as well.
Switching
Yeah, it's just-
sides.
Yeah, you're right. It was the last round.
Yep. And just like that, 9-3 Drought. I think so far it's definitely Drought favored, but I mean Floods, we all do know them as, being a defensive team, so it's going to be the time to kind of step up here. Although Drought, I will say Drought's team comp makes it very hard to defend against if they kind of force one way.
I'm curious how aggressive the Drought are going to want to get. I think that determines their success on defense. If they get aggressive and they just walk in, or if the Floods get too aggressive, excuse me, and they just walk into the Drought, almost like the Drought are once again defending, that is going to just set you back a ton.
Yep, I big agree here.
Because look at Pryor. I mean, Pryor looks like he's already going to just challenge straight out of B. And he's going to run into two. He's got to be this very carefully. He's in a pretty good spot, though. But Deadshots was ready for it. I thought that was a free kill, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something's off, I guess. We'll see.
Playing a new agent. I mean, that was just a great. I would not check up there. That was a great peek by Deadshot.
Yeah,
the reason they
I
almost
agree.
have dropped 25 kills at this point.
Yeah, Deadshot is going crazy. It's really hard to deal with that.
Devin gets one more.
Drought are just cleaning up this site. They're finding you.
Yeah, it's like the Drought are still playing defense.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't even planted the bomb yet. Like they're just going to find you. They didn't even plan it. They don't care about the spike this round.
That's a phenomenal job. I don't know how Deadshot saw Pryor up there. I think Pryor was even waiting because we talked about all the time, trigger discipline. You can maybe get two instead of one. I don't think that was.
I will say, I think Icebox is one of the exceptions when it comes to weird angles because Icebox is full of them.
Yeah, Icebox.
So you're always kind of checking those weird angles, especially onto B. You're always looking up and down, left and right, and that just shows great discipline overall by Deadshot. Though that you're checking everything because there's a lot of times where you can cheese in that B area, but
well,
not work.
Thought Pryor was going to try and cheese the Marshall and the Shorty. Oh, no.
Devin's like, yo, didn't see that one. All right. Throw that smoke back up. We're good.
Unfortunately, Devin, you were our spectator there.
We do see you.
Oh, nice blind by Orthodox. God gets an elimination. Oh, God got to take that flank. I mean, the rest of the Drought are kind of separated here. Melky's is just going to get the bomb down. Deadshot gets a kill onto Pebble. Maeve is coming on away from the flank. God gets another kill. Descent gets one more. All right. Good chance here for the Floods. They take a 1-for-1 trade, and now just like that, it's all up to Pryor on that raise. With the Marshall, they're both critical HP. Just switch to your pistol. Never mind. Deadshots. Why wouldn't he? Gets one more.
The 1 HP dream. And it is 11-3. It is not looking good for the side of Floods, I will say.
Deadshot drops 30 last game and 28 and probably back-to-back 30 bombs from Deadshot.
Did Deadshot drop a 30 bomb last game?
He had to.
I thought Orthodox was up there.
Oh, I think Deadshot dropped a 30 bomb round game 1, excuse me.
No, okay, so Orthodox went the first game.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Second
it was
game,
Orthodox back-to-back. It was Orthodox back-to-back. You're
Yeah.
right. Deadshot, though, is coming alive
yeah, this game, I mean, especially, is just ripping through with this Reyna.
This time, Devin times it correctly. Orthodox going to run right into Pebble, who... How did they not get a full buy?
I guess they forced a little too much last round.
I guess they must have, as Deadshot.
Or they're going with the assumption that, hey, just let them get the 12, and then we'll just go try to bring it back then.
That could be the other thing.
Stuff,
Yeah, that might be the other thing, is Deadshot looking for the ace.
Those are really sick.
Enemy remaining.
Give it to him.
Ooh.
There's the ghost form. There it is. That's the ace for Deadshot. I think we know who our player of the game is going to be, unless the Floods have an insane clutch from match point. He won't, I mean, if they win here, he won't drop 40, but he's going to come dang close.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game for him.
That is phenomenal.
And,
33 and 5.
I will say I think this is going to be a big game where it shows Flood's weakness pretty hard here, especially. That attack was really hard for them. Granted, I think now that, like, in a map like Icebox, right, they can just force all 5, and it is very hard to deal with.
I might not be good at math, but I think Deadshot has as many kills as the entire Floods roster.
Yeah, probably.
As they get a 1-for-1 trade there.
Devin's been playing, I mean, I will say, Devin has been very important on this map.
Devin has filled his role. We talked about it.
Yes.
Know your role. And they said, Devin, hold B. And he's like, I got you.
That the defense side, it would have not gone as well as it did without Devin playing that B and just holding it down. And just like that. It was slaughtered for game 3.
Devin gets a triple kill in the final round. Orthodox picks up a couple as well. The Drought become our first ever 2-time champion in the fall. They join the Landslides as the only other team to win multiple Rumbles. Huge congratulations to them. I think the Floods have a lot of promise, though, Red Hots.
Yeah.
I think, again, this is our first Rumble ever. I don't know how long some of these players have been in the Esports Tower, which, speaking of the Esports Tower, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers. Then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It is a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. I think the Floods are right on the cusp of making greatness happen, working on some more maps, because I think on Bind, they basically went toe-to-toe on Bind with the Drought, ended up winning that one. It felt like Haven, little worse, and Icebox, I mean, as we talked about the Drought, spent a whole week practicing just that map. Give the Flood more time. They're going to be a strong team, but shout out to the Drought. Shout out to really all that. That entire lineup did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, so I think the Floods, I mean, obviously it's their first time kind of going through. I think they did a great job, though. They have a lot of discipline, I think. I think the biggest thing is kind of finding their style for attack. I think right now they're too reactive for attack, so I think once they kind of figure out their proactive play style in terms of, hey, we want, or even agents, I would say. They weren't particularly, you know, super strong or super weak on agents, but I really think that people need to kind of find their roles within the team and kind of get the most use out of those agents. And I also think that, I mean, obviously Drought, they had almost a full new roster, I believe, since last time they won. They did a great job with the team altogether, and they did a great job. It was really hard to kind of beat them these last 2 maps.
I think Maeve, I know, is one of the holdovers, because I know Maeve went with them the first time. I don't know of anyone else. So, I mean, that roster was phenomenal. We do have our ICCU player of the game. It's probably down to 2 choices. I think I want to shout out Maeve, by the way. I see that ping, by the way, Maeve. I saw that.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a 2 and then zeros afterwards, you're struggling. So a big shout out, Maeve, holding it down with 200+ ping on Icebox. But it's really between Orthodox and Deadshot.
I would say
Do you have a lean either way?
I think Orthodox. I mean, granted, obviously Deadshot had a really great game 3, but the first 2 games, Orthodox held it down. That first game, he popped off. And he's not even playing like the stuff like the Rain or anything like that can really kind of reset. He's playing, you know, the Cypher, the Astra, and he's just doing a fantastic job and never really giving us like S side up as well.
We look at our player of the game. It is going to be Orthodox.
Yep.
And, yeah, I mean, Orthodox is absolutely phenomenal. As you said, not really playing those duelists, not playing those reset agents, but popping off. And I will say, if you want to learn how to play Cypher at the Esports Tower level or maybe even higher, Orthodox has been phenomenal.
And I think Orthodox also does a great job of playing an attack Cypher. 'Cause sometimes people kind of play, oh, I'm Cypher, I can't get that many kills in attack, but he does a great job. You just kind of hold it down, you play your utility, and also just make sure you always rip that ultimate no matter what, because you're not getting too many opportunities to do it.
3 neural thefts in one map
exactly.
is absolutely insane. So huge congratulations to Orthodox. They are the player of the game, brought to us by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Orthodox, your player of the game, the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. But again, I mean, everybody on that team, we talked about it, filled their role perfectly.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Deadshot was basically the other fragger. Maeve was doing what they could. I mean, a lot of times on Haven and Bind, it was they just didn't go towards Maeve when she had the op. Melky's was playing sort of that spike and support role, and then Devin was phenomenal on the first couple maps, and then it was like, I'm going to play Viper, I'm going to sit on B, and I'm literally going to cut the map in half.
I think they did a great job in the last one especially. It was so hard for the Flood to try to go B because they always had the wall. They always had, the bites going that way for like, toxins and everything. It was just very, very hard to deal with. And so Drought just overall played great today. And after that first map too, they came back and did a great job.
Even that first map was crazy.
Yeah.
Went to overtime.
Yeah.
They had a chance there. So as we prepare to close this week out, big congratulations to the Droughts. Your big takeaways as we start to wrap up the fall season with the Drought becoming the first team to win 2 ever this fall.
I think right now, teams are playing pretty good team-wise. I think the biggest thing is sometimes agents, you just got to kind of find your, 2 to 3. I think sometimes it's kind of hard if you're swapping all over the place. I think sometimes you just got to kind of stick to a genre of kind of like Orthodox, for example. He plays those Sentinels, and then he also played that Sky once. Obviously that map was a wash, but for the most part, it's just you kind of have your style of what you're doing, and so I think that's what people got to kind of focus on.
Well, congratulations to the Drought on winning their second Rumble championship. They are the first team to win 2 this fall. This team is packed with strong individual players and have shown how strong they can all be when they work together. I can't wait to see the Drought, the Landslide, some other strong teams, but I also can't wait to see more of the Flood. They had a great first week in their Rumbles. They look strong throughout the event. I think some more coaching, some more practice of the Floods, they can be right there as well, because they took Bind off of the Drought and played them very close on a map that they thought they knew well. Once we got on the maps the Drought knew, it was sort of a wash, as Red Hot's alluded to. But all these teams had great performances this week. The talent level at the top of the Esports Tower of Valorant has grown a ton. I don't think it has ever been this strong. There's a ton of parity. It's impossible to predict is going to win every single week. And if you want to find out more, if you want to figure out how to compete in Esports Tower Rumble events, make sure you visit esports.com/Valorant if you're interested in the Valorant Rumbles. Congratulations to all this week's teams. We will see you all next week for Week 7 Valorant action. We're going to close out with our top 5, presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your group of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams out there. Here are your Week 6 Grand Final top 5 players from our Valorant Rumble. Roth is also trying for flank. Roth is going to run right into Maven or. Roth is also trying for flank. Roth is going to run right into Maven Orthodox. Gets the first one. Did not get the blind onto Orthodox. Second Hawk will get it. Ooh. Nice spray from Rafa there. They love their flanks attack.
The biggest thing is that Flood's attack kind of revolves around being successful. And I think that's the biggest thing is they can get a 4-0, but I think Droughts are getting a little too comfortable with where they're at, and I think it's kind of showing on, Flood's finally getting to be able to punish them for it.
Ooh, great pick from God. They have been phenomenal, making a double on it. And they all just faded at the same time. Gets caught in the utility, trying to pick the gun back up.
Yeah, really hard spot prioritizing right there.
All right, Rafa, what lineups you got?
Yeah, the Sky lineups.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Just shoot the bomb lineup. Easy. Probably wondering.
Great utility, though.
Oh, great spray by God. We've been waiting all day. There it is, the double headshot. They find one more onto Devin. Lear goes out. Kill kind of gets stolen there by Pebble.
God is going crazy right now.
Oh, they should catch Orthodox in rotation. Nice play.
I guess they forced a little too much last round.
I guess they must have. It's dead shot.
Or they're going with the assumption that, hey, just let them get to 12, and then we'll just go try to bring it back then.
That could be the other thing.
Stuff,
Yeah, that might be the other thing. Is dead shot looking for the ace.
Those are really sick.
Give it to him. Ooh. There's the ghost form. There it is.